Yeah, was geht ab? Yeah, pretty cool, right? It's 11 a.m. and yeah, it's like always shift of scene. Yesterday, if you came at 10 a.m., you basically missed the stream, or was it like 2 days ago? Probably 2 days ago. Yeah, pretty cool. Fluctuating in the times. So, yeah, yesterday we had an incredible, was 30 relics, oder? 18, yeah, 30, 18, da haben wir verloren. 18, 30 relics. Yeah, 30 relics is pretty cool. Yeah, 30 relics is amazing. In a game where relics are actually important. We were really Exodia in the end. Super cool. So, what's up? Yeah, that was pretty cool. Yeah, everything. Had everything in the end. In the middle, a little bit of a struggle. But there's also something you saw that we actually really committed everything into late game, right? So we knew that from Act 1 onwards. So Act 1, what was it? We were, yeah, slightly above the curve, but we also picked for late game, so we were only on curve. And in Act 2 we were also slightly above curve, but we really only picked late game again, so therefore we were only on curve in Act 2, but with the knowledge or with the perspective to be ultimately strong in the late game, which we also were in the end. So yeah, I mean that was something you could anticipate. Oh, oops, what was that? Did I not click on bug? What was that? No idea. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. What bad options? Who? These 3 options do suck indeed. Also depends on the rare card, right? But, oh, Slime Boss, okay. 2 late elites, do we or not? Do we have or not? Yeah, at least we have. Do we have early elite post-fire? Yeah, we have. What about just clicking this before I put more emphasis into this? Because Curse is like probably minus 125 and max HP is probably plus 200, if any. So this is probably maximally worth 75, if even, probably not even. And Random Potions 3 is complete trash. That might be worth nothing even, sometimes. Especially if the first elite is after fire. So we do not... Also, there is a chance that we just might go through this. Also fire into elite. Into elite without any struggle, I don't know. Yeah, you get the point. So... rare cut is oscillating between very powerful and very bad. But honestly, I do not even know about so bad. Because any power... Also, what are the bad rolls? There are some bad rolls, but not infinitely bad, right? Even an Exhume you can make use at some point, I guess. There are some insane high rolls. Feed, Immolate, Fiend Fire, whatever. You know, you get the deal. Even a Barricade Berserk is okay. I mean, you know, against Lagavulin, Berserk means you play Lagavulin fight with 4 energy, and that's already okay. And yeah, then you are carrying a Berserk with you. Whereas against the Slime Boss, you can also play a turn 1, right? So it's not, yeah, here also, I just click it, okay? Yeah, Fiend Fire, cool. Alright, okay, just for an explanation, right? Like, people think that the rare card is very, very polarized on the Ironclad, which it is, but it's not. Look, there are some rolls which are just infinitely good. Impervious, Fiend Fire, Feed, Fiend Fire, Impervious, Feed, Immolate. Even a Corruption is good. Like, people think Corruption as first roll is not good, but it is, because you can just pick all the skills and then you already have your late game solution as well included. Yeah, so if you get a Corruption, even against Lagavulin, it's a good card, right? You play Corruption against Lagavulin and the fight is basically semi-solved. So, and even against Slime Boss, it's a good power. So, I believe that Corruption doesn't even make you weaker in the beginning, but makes you infinitely stronger in the late game, right? So you already get your late game solution. And then there's like Barricade, the same thing. It's not even that bad. I mean, a Barricade, I wouldn't pick it as first pick, but it's very break-even, and against Lagavulin you can set it up. Makes Lagavulin so much better, and gives direction for the entire run, right? Offering is okay anyways and all those things. And even if it's something like a Juggernaut, I mean, just see it as 2 potions against the Lagavulin, also potent in some boss fights, and then it's not really good in like a lot of hallways or some other fights. But generally speaking, absolutely alright, yeah. I wouldn't mind too much those things. So, pathing is clear. If we are infinitely healthy, we can go Burning Elite. Burning Elite gets rewarded by another upgrade, which would even incentivize us harder to go Burning Elite. Another reason is that it's a very late Burning Elite, which would also incentivize us more if we are insanely healthy. Or very healthy. If not, we go here. We are probably very healthy because we have Fiend Fire. Oh, did I already mention that Fiend Fire is also amazingly strong against the Slime Boss? Yeah, did I? Okay, so I think it's needless to be said that Elite after Fire is much better because Fiend Fire upgrade is worth insanity. Again, what? Fiend Fire again? Is this a rerun? No, we didn't have a Fiend Fire run in the past, or what? Also, we definitely had some Fiend Fire run in the past, but did we... I mean, yesterday we just picked it, but we didn't have it from the get-go. Yeah, putting that aside, Fiend Fire from the get-go is, of course, also the upgrade is so of utmost importance, we definitely do that, right? So, this is clear. This might be even also already clear, but we will see here. This is clear. This is clear because it also comes with extra fire and such. Fire before this is also clear. Shop with 110 gold. I think Fiend Fire is strong enough that we do not necessarily need to go to that shop. So do we want to have 3 enemies or not? What about the necessity to pick more attacks? Yeah, it's not there because Fiend Fire deals 40 damage, kills a cube already, single-handedly. Against Nob, after bash is also direct solution. Before bash, BC. And then, what last run? Yeah, we had Fiendfire, but I mean, it's also the question in which situation you receive your Fiendfire, right? But yes. So, should we just start here? This is just like dominatingly better, right? Okay. So, bash into strike. Amazing. That's perfect, yeah. That's perfect. Is that kill already? And yes, the answer is yes! Fiendfire! Nice. That we didn't lose any HP might incentivize us to go to the question mark first. Why? Well, because this is overheal and this ain't. So let's go to the question mark first. Headbutt, Flex, or Wild Strike. This is something we want from those. Headbutt. Headbutt, headbutt, headbutt. Also, if you see the Fiendfire, we just play it on side against the cubes. Against the Nob usually as well. Not under all circumstances, but under most circumstances. Against the Lagavulin, we would not play it on side. We would first play bash, but then we will probably still receive the Fiendfire or the bash again, and then we can still Fiendfire after. Didn't we get it from the whale too? Yesterday. Immolate. We got Immolate from the whale. Okay. So, how is Headbutt? What falls off in Act 2? Naja, so, right? The thing is about Headbutt, one Headbutt is always utility you can apply. What kind of utility can you apply with Headbutt? Set up feet for next turn, set up dagger for next turn. Yeah, basically. Yeah. Set up Fiendfire so that it comes after bash. So if you draw Fiendfire and bash, you can basically bash. No, you cannot. Yeah, you can. No, you cannot. It's pretty sad. You would need to wait. You would need to. Yeah, it's actually pretty sad. But that being said, maybe also. Oh, also Headbutt good against Slime Boss, of course, right? Also against Slime Boss better than against Guardian, and so I don't know. I mean, it is a okay card in Act 1, and also about the falling off. I mean, it doesn't fall off as heavy as other attacks do fall off. Yeah, so you don't pay the same tax as in other attacks. If you put any other attack into your deck, you probably pay partly a full attack tax, whereas with a Headbutt, because it still carries utility into late game, part of the card is also utility. Yeah, so therefore it doesn't fall off completely in late game. You wouldn't pick it, but it's still acceptably bad, you know? So, and again, like in the early game, keep in mind that Fiendfire is a one-off card. Also, it's not a reoccurring damage card, but it happens one time. I also have to say against the Slime Boss, it's actually really important to have Headbutt on Fiendfire. Against Slime Boss, Headbutt on Fiendfire is amazing. Yeah. Maybe we should just put that. No. That sounds like a very good plan. Against Slime Boss, a Headbutt on Fiendfire solves. Yeah. I'm not sure whether we need that. Yeah, because Fiendfire alone is probably already good enough. You have Fiendfire, you have the guarantee to split the Slime Boss low. You nearly have a guarantee to split the Slime Boss at 26 or whatever. Maybe even lower. So, what you was trying to figure out how we could circumvent the yesterday early game situation. By just picking not that many powers, or by picking a fourth energy. Keep in mind that we were only also stuck because we didn't remove any base cards, and we were sitting at 3 energy. I mean, those were the things, honestly. And we didn't get any relics which were adding strength to our general damage output. So what Headbutt did come to mind, or really, I don't know, as a reoccurring damage solution, Headbutt is also not the holy grail, but I can see us picking Headbutt here. Again, like for the reason outlined, against the Slime Boss, we will be able to put the Fiendfire on top exactly when we need it. And against the Lagavulin, that is also true. Headbutt also very good against Nob, like Headbutt, Bash, Headbutt in general. Headbutt also very good against cubes for very clear reasons. So, I think we can take it. Yeah, the question mark is clear, right? Okay, question mark for a fight. That's very cool. Why? Because there are no late game shops currently. But with the question mark, we increase the likelihood of receiving a late game shop by manyfold. The same also goes for a chest if it now goes for a lot of question marks. Oh, by the way, this headbutt pick also decreases the necessity to decreases the necessity to farm more monsters. Hey, Flamaging, thanks very much for the sub, man. Very much appreciated. Yeah, also here we try to go out of this without life loss, no? Also if possible. And it seems to be possible. It's very good that we took a question mark, which was a monster. That's really beneficial. Yeah. Because we just increased the likelihood of the others. Oh, Swift Potion usually mediocre. In our case, it's a Fire Potion, even better than that. Cool. Oi. There is a Feel No Pain in coordination with the Fiend Fire. Usually Fiend Fire kills. Therefore, Feel No Pain is... we just picked the Feel No Pain. Feel No Pain before cubes is basically a cube solve. I have to also say that it's not completely dead against Slime Boss, but mostly it's also about Fiend Fire. If we play Fiend Fire after Feel No Pain or with Feel No Pain in the hand, we receive immediately 12 to 15 blocks, so that comes as bonus on the Feel No Pain. And Feel No Pain is also, of course, heavy late game. I don't want the cleave because Feel No Pain is doing the same, but just better. Also very good against Lagavulin. We can actually block and attack at the same time. That Feel No Pain is really cool. Yeah, let's continue question marks, right? I mean, now we had 2 normal monsters. And question marks, we still want to invest life. We still want to lose life. Let's go question mark. Yeah, when I said we want to lose life, I wasn't sure whether I meant 26 damage. But maybe I even mean 26 damage. You know that I'm absolutely not a fan of this option. Yeah. I would basically always lose the max HP. But in our very specific case, there are like 2 things aligning at the same time. First of all, max HP is real HP. So this is 19 more damage for this, which is probably still better to take the max HP loss than the damage. But ultimately, we also only did face 2 normal enemies yet. So the next normal enemy is perceived to gain us life for sure. Because of Fiend Fire, Headbutt, Feel No Pain. Not necessarily, but probably. We already fought the Slime fight, which is the most difficult fight in the early game. Besides the Jawworm, but in our case, the Jawworm, I think, is also not a problem. Last but not least, we see that we will receive an upgrade on the Fiend Fire, right? If you take the damage... and with the upgrade on the Fiend Fire, we also have Swift Potion. So which basically means Nob is free, Lagavulin is free, cubes are free. So I think we have a very huge incentive to actually just lose the life. It's very tough actually. It's very tough. I think it also depends on what we are looking for here. This being a monster like... Also, given that we still don't mind to see a shop, and given that the chest likelihood increases, I would actually not mind to go here and here. Also, normal monster fight 20-30%. So 20-30% for normal monster fights, there we can actually top up again. Yeah. Honestly, maybe we should just lose the max HP. 19 damage. 19 damage, you know. Is not so... What we probably heal for 6 in the next normal fight. Yeah, I wish if this would not cost us life. And if this would not cost us life. Yeah. Hey, Jobby. Thanks very much for the sub, man. So, naja, if in a situation we should take the damage, it's probably this situation. Yeah. I mean, this is a very predestined situation to take the damage. But I would really, really appreciate these because of the chest chance simply. And because I don't want to add more cards. This and this already being in the deck, I do not really see the necessity to add more base cards, right? But on the other hand, we have chest likelihood now 6%, 8%, right? And then we go here, and then 10%, and then 12%. And we are currently talking about chest likelihoods, right? So, by going to this question mark, we, also increase the chest likelihood by quite a lot. So, you could also get Simmering Light, which is more damage gone. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Or World of Goop, or Wing State Statue. In 2 nodes is very likely, you know. So I believe if we take question mark, we might even hit the max HP button. Yeah. I don't know. It's also about the Ironclad being one of the characters where you can receive a lot of max HP with the feat. If you receive the feat. Can we get Cleric at full HP? We can get Cleric at full HP, yeah. We can heal up in the bonfire. We take 26 damage, we go to 49. We already said something about Fiendfire Headbutt being solution against Slime Boss, so we don't need to take care of that too much. So let's say we go 49, and let's say we go here. And what do you do if it's like the Scrapping Ooze, and Scrapping Ooze costs you 30 HP, for example? Then suddenly the 49 are only 19, and we cry. What is it with Simmering Light? We cry, right? 49 goes to whatever, 23, and we cry. There are so many question marks which are just like very not good for us. Yeah. But I don't know, even if it's Donut. Yeah, if it's Donut, Banana, and Donut, we take the damage, then we get the heal. Yeah, in the worst case, we lost 2 max HP, if that's really the case. So, can heal at the Cleric, but that's not so good, right? Yeah, right. Yeah, we definitely take the remove there. I mean, okay, to put things into perspective. The 19 extra damage is also 5 life less into the next act. If you see that, right? So, effectively, this does not even change the outcome. Even if we survive Act 1, this doesn't even change the outcome in Act 2. So, in the worst case, we have a little bit less life in Act 3. And it's also only if we didn't find Feed. I think we lose the max HP. Simmering Light also costs us less life if we lost the max HP. And last but not least, is there something else? Yeah, Apparitions. If you find Barricade Apparitions or something like this, the 7 max HP is not even real 7 max HP, but obviously it becomes decreased by the amount of max HP. So, what? If we take too much damage, we just go left? No, we are not going left. That loses us in the lead. It will also, I think we are getting some utility out of that. Okay, I see. I freakingly see. Oh yeah. Oh my god, Dreamcatcher. Oh no, man. Hey, that's auch literally the only thing. Why did I even say anything? Yeah. Yeah, that's literally okay. Whatever. Yeah. Yeah. If this is the Dreamcatcher with the second click. Yeah, then, and exactly then, it could actually make sense to... Actually, even then it doesn't make sense, probably. Okay, so let's go here. It is the Cleric. You know what? We absolutely do not mind, because we want to purify. And we want to upgrade the Fiendfire into here. And hopefully now we don't see a shop, because now we lose... I mean, it's great, right? I mean, we are utilizing gold without actually facing a shop. Let's do that. Fiendfire upgrade is still better than the rest. Yeah, no, absolutely Fiendfire upgrade. I think the question would have been to rest here, but even that is not. Okay, Purify, remove a card from middle. And we remove Strike, of course. I doubt that we will take the bites. But we would remove Strike anyways. Strike remove. Fiendfire upgrade into Ping. No. Smith, Fiendfire. Boom. Fiendfire upgrade of utmost importance. And there is the knob. And we could put Strike on top. But we have Feel No Pain, Fiendfire, Feel No Pain Bash, So probably just not putting strike on top. Is it ever normal instead of fire? Ja, nö, wir können ja auch nicht choosen. Also wir machen ja nicht, also Fiend Fire Upgrade ist ja viel zu important. We could put the strike on top if we have the feeling now. If what feeling? I don't like never. Never. Yeah, so now we have lethal with bash if you wanted. This is 60, right? If this is 60, we can bash into block even. It's pretty sick, right? Pretty sick knob fight here. Just double checking and triple checking, not that we die because I play some garbo. I mean that you can defend in turn 2 against the knob is a pretty beautiful thing, and then one vulnerable. And what is that? And the Doodle. And the Doodle. Fiend Fire. Okay. Sentinel is garbage. Fire Breathing is trash. Evolve is... Evolve into upgrade evolve or what? Why? Evolve. For slime at the end. Ja. Also definitely not the upgrade for evolve. Also I'm good against slime boss. You think we need it against slime boss? We don't need it against slime boss, no. Also if anything I can see evolve for the late game, for the very late game, and that's about it. But that being said, we already have second wind, feel no pain, right? What I'm saying is we don't have second wind, but we have the option to second wind, feel no pain. Yeah, if we feel no pain is one of the base stones or base buildings for second wind evolve power through. Yeah, evolve Fiend Fire solves slime. Yeah, I think we already solved the slime with headbutt Fiend Fire. We put the slime on 77 or whatever. Also before, we put the slime with the headbutt, we put it on 77 and then we have Fiend Fire or whatever. Or we manipulated that it's vulnerable and then we throw on the Fiend Fire and then we kill the slime. Yeah, of course it's also like I mean with evolve it's even easier. Sure, we could take that. But I don't think we need it. But yeah. Haves build big hands for Fiend Fire. So what you're saying is we are one power through away from big Fiend Fire with. What does it cost us? Yeah, also evolve is of course negative in Act 2 fights, honestly. Yeah, also quite negative. So I think we can only pick it if we are feeling very comfortable about our current situation. Upgrade is out of the question because again, like my concern is that it's very weak in Act 2 fights. And if you now also allocate an upgrade on that, it even gets worse. But that being said, I can also see that the other upgrades are not very potent, unfortunately. Better upgrade better than card choice. Oh, you mean the card choice? Yeah, currently we can click the heal for plus 10, 67, plus 11. So 11 heal is equivalent to around, I don't even know, 50 gold because we do have the Dreamcatcher, maybe not even. And we also get a card choice 50 gold, maybe 100 gold in total. Whereas the Smith is probably also worth 100, yeah, it's a little bit. Act 2 going to be difficult again this run, yeah, maybe. Feel no pain, no. Feel no pain, probably not. If we plan to rest, we would probably just rest after the upgrade, not now. But I'm just curious because our upgrade currently is not very good. Or is Bash something... I mean, Bash nearly feels like a wasted upgrade, but maybe it's not as wasted as I think it is. So, also Act 2 we can just farm question marks because of the Golden Idol. And once the Golden Idol converts into a Bloody Idol, we also... we also have enough sustain. And we have enough sustain anyways, putting that aside. So I don't think Act 2 is so difficult. Because even if we lose life, we can just rest, or we can still get Bloody Idol. And if we get curses, which are neutral, we can also take those. Why isn't Feel No Pain no upgrade? Yeah, I don't know. Is this like a one-time 5 block, but only if you do not kill? This is usually killing. Way easier to hit Fiend Fire and Vulnerable. No, it's okay, but it's just like in the late game, it sucks like biggest time. Yeah, it's really mad. But I think we can still do it. I guess against Lagavulin it saves us, of course, life. Is probably something we can do. Yeah, sure. I mean, it's probably something we can do. Letter Opener. Yeah, Letter Opener is usually mediocre, but I think we don't have AoE and take the key like a boss. No, I don't think I take the key as the Letter Opener is probably fine if it happens. If it happens one time per fight, is already break even, or even better than break even. Keep in mind that we will take a long time fighting without. So I think we will get something. Yeah, it can also be useful in Act 4. I don't think that we are passing any relics here. So Feel No Pain evolved. They're pretty sick. Yeah, now we can play Bash into. Yeah, it won't get better, right? Bash into Strike here. I don't think it will get much better. I mean, this is very difficult to become any better. I mean, actually, it cannot probably not become better, because we can even Fiend Fire here, exhaust for full. Super sick. Let's just take a look that we do not exhaust all attacks. But if not, then then we just burn him. Right? Yeah, let's do that. Finger of Death. Wait, before I do the Finger of Death, let's check that we still have enough damage. So Finger of Death means 64, and 64 means 38. 38, but still 1 vulnerable. We do not get really damaged this turn. So 38, right? 38, next turn 33, but then only 18, only if you draw well, and then it goes to 15, and then we still don't kill. So there's that. We could use Draw Potion here, then we solve, of course. We fought 2 fights, but the 2 fights will probably become 3 fights. But yeah, currently 2 fights, 1 elite, or what? 2 fights, 1 elite? Yeah, so 3 fights, 1 potion, so 50% potion drop. Is there some world where we... Yeah, there is a world where we take more damage, where we just bash again, defend. We take 15. Next time we try to block in, and then we play Fiend Fire. That's possible. What is headbutt Fiend Fire out of the question? For damage afterwards. Headbutt Fiend Fire. Is very little damage, very little more damage, and at the same time also 3 less block. A little bit weird. So the draw potion here, it's just what is 48 is a lot, yeah. So 7 times 16 is kill. Did I forget the strength? Yeah, I forgot the strength in the damage calculation. So good point. So 38, let's say 33 if you draw these. I mean, putting things into perspective, if you do not play these, also for example, if you draw double block, triple strike, well, I mean, we deal enough damage anyways, because then we just play strike. But I'm just currently calculating with triple block. So triple block would mean 38, 33, and then we could deal 20, yeah, then we could deal, also 33, 21. No, actually, never mind this. Yeah, doch. 21 is 12. And then we would need to redraw all strikes again. So probably, more likely, we will play double defend in 1 strike. Then it's 5 more damage, also weird. Huh. Actually, it's weird. And if we only draw 2 strikes, it's also weird. Interesting. How much life does the draw potion save? Yeah, let's see. So this is solve if you use it. If you don't solve it, we are currently taking 5. And then we probably take another... Also if you want to play it safe... If you want to play it safe, you would play double strike block, honestly. Because then it's like it's also 36 36 minus 20 is 16. 16, 2 attacks, and resolve. So we would take what? We also take, yeah, genau. We take 5 and then 5 plus 15, 20. Also I think draw potion saves 20 HP. And the question is, do we want that? I'm very certain we want to go here, by the way, to the Burning Elite. I think we are strong enough for that. Simply because the cubes are auto-solved with Feel No Pain Evolve is ultra auto-solved. And then there is Knob, where we actually do have the bash to really guarantee the Fiend Fire. Yeah. So, no, against the Slime Boss we are definitely fine. We have bash plus Fiend Fire and Evolve. So we never use that there. So maybe it's not better. Yeah, 20 seems pretty good. Okay. 20 is a lot. I can get behind that. And why do we even think about it if you just receive a new one? Art of War. If you do not play any attacks during your turn, and an additional energy next turn. Yeah, that's pretty sad, but yeah. Headbutt second one is definitely out of the question. Now, any skill is better because of letter opener. So any non-skill is definitely to be thought about 2 times or 3 times. There is Pummel in coordination with Feel No Pain. Not that this changes that much, I feel. I think it changes a little bit, but not a lot. Especially if you already have Fiend Fire in the dude. Uvodol changes the Pummel output a little bit, but also not enough. I would also skip this here. Yeah. Art of War letter opener as well. Yeah, that makes this even worse, exactly. So, and Art of War makes it also worse again. Question mark is currently... The chest option is really not bad, you know. It's like already 8%, 10% on the chest. Then shop is also basically break even. So that's okay. I think it's 10% shop, and if it's 10% shop, 15%, 10% chest, 15% shop, we do ourselves a favor. Because if it's one-time shop and one-time chest, I definitely want to take that. And then there are a lot of events where we convert life total into power, which is super duper hyper good for us. Even if you get a random curse, it might even be, you know, worth it because of the Duvodol. But if it's just a fight, you know, then whatever. So, Feel No Pain into Fiend Fire, whatever. Yeah. And that was also probably a little bit spewy, but yeah. Okay, cool. Whoa, actually I had the damage. Okay, then I did the double spew. Okay, no, actually, yeah, I had the damage. I forgot the dude. Okay. Na gut, na gut. Okay, alles klar. 2 is none. Okay. Yeah, okay, guys. Okay, that was the last. Yeah, okay. Cool. Coffee. Dropkick. Dropkick, perfect strike. Headbutt, perfect strike are out of the question. Dropkick is weird with the letter opener, it's weird with Art of War. Let's find a card to upgrade. Yeah, we don't have. What Dropkick Infinite? How often are we really going infinite? Basically never, right? But yeah, I can see that. You're saying with the Fiend Fire we exhaust a lot of cards. And then... I mean, even if it's not infinite, we can utilize it, right? I can see that. But generally speaking... Like, how often did we really go infinite? Basically never, right? Or basically never. Yeah, basically never. Yeah, generally never. Also if you do not have infinite relics, you basically never go infinite. Yeah, pretty cool. Okay, yeah, but okay. Good stuff that people are still always throwing out this infinite nonsense. At least it makes the bash upgrade better if you take it. That's true. Frodo Sherry feed says infinite doesn't even come to my mind under chat mentioned it, lol. Yeah, that's why we have the chat here, right? Only with Sundial. Yeah, usually with Sundial we try to go infinite. If there's like options for that, but otherwise it's usually difficult to justify that. What we had 15 runs in the beginning where we infinite like 4 times. Oh really? At the beginning? Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah. That was really weird. Yeah, we had like a 3 times sundial, right? Stuff like that. How many cards do we currently have? I mean, it's literally not wrong because, I mean, just imagine a Pandora's box which converts all our attacks into like nothing, and then suddenly we have infinites. And this is the case here, right? I mean, we converted this, we got this, which is -4 real cards, instead of adding a real attack. This, okay. We didn't put any additional skills currently, but we certainly didn't put any more attacks into our deck. We already removed one, but not at the shop, but at the cleric. So we can remove more strikes. And these two are powers indeed. Which basically means currently we are really sitting only at, 14 cards, 13 cards, 12 cards, 11 cards. Let's make it 7. So... maybe could do it, you know? It's not wrong. What is, by the way, the upgrade we want to make? Putting that aside. No, it cannot draw itself. But if you get another one, we can, for example, pick another one. And then, I think it just gives us options. It can also not be horrifyingly bad. Yeah, it cannot be horrifyingly bad. So, evolve upgrade or what? I don't know. Evolve upgrade sucks usually. Out of different reasons. Most reasons are that usually if you draw one status card... in the fights where it does nothing, it does nothing still, even if it's upgraded, and that's kind of a downside. Feel no pain upgrade is possible, but that would be for the late game. Yeah. Usually I would only upgrade the blocking card. I mean, like usually you expect 6 block per fight with the Feel No Pain. Ponty wants the recall war. Recall in Act 1. What Peter says, dropkick out of war is a cheap bait. Yeah, it's true. But I think in the current situation it's also difficult to justify utilizing out of war too often. So... 3 damage upgrade is also worse than normal with an upgrade field fire in the deck. Yeah, that's true. I think not pressing upgrade is weird, right? I mean, recall also is bad if you get the fusion hammer. So we want the Feel No Pain upgrade at some point. Is that even true? Also Feel No Pain costs 1 energy and a card, and an upgrade usually gives you 1 energy. And now, if you would actually apply that to Feel No Pain, usually, for example, if it would go to 0 energy, we would reduce the cost of Feel No Pain by half. So what am I saying? I'm saying, if a card which costs 2 units blocks for 3, each card which is exhausted, the upgrade for +1 is not really good. Usually you would expect +1.5. Maybe we should just upgrade the Evolve. Yeah. Probably the best upgrade you have. It's sad. But probably true. Also is a must upgrade if you get the force energy in form of the flaming sword of the ages. The flaming sword of the ages being the thing which gives you like the 2 wounds. Okay, so yeah, dropkick strikes. I mean, we assume that dropkick will be pretty garbage, so I'm not surprised. Feel No Pain, attack, 14 damage. Fiendfire blocks an entire iteration if we want to go with the Fiendfire. Do we want to go with the Fiendfire? Did we upgrade the Evolve without having any status effects? Holy crap. Okay, so I could see Feel No Pain, attack. Why? Different reasons, but probably it's about the bash dropkick thing, right? So yay. Huh. Also, yeah, we also have headbutt dropkick. If you want to, for example, bash headbutt dropkick. Bash headbutt solves? Bash headbutt solves. Solves what? How much will the draw potion save? A lot. Ja, das ist jetzt 26 und dann können wir halt drawn und dann kriegen wir voll auf die Fresse. Okay. So it's basically 26, then it goes to 49, 52, 52, this is like 7, so 45 plus these two dudes, 45 plus 20, 25. So we probably take one hit and then we are out. Easy. What draw potion kills this turn? Yeah, yeah. What kills? Kill. Yeah, kill, yeah. But do we want it? Do we even want to use any potion? I mean, this hit, we heal, and then we take 124 hit. Which then carries into the next act, but do we really care about that? Draw potion saves 8. 8. Now more, right? I mean, it also saves the 24 damage next turn. Oh, 8 into next act. Okay. Oh, it saves 6. What was 6? Nee, also viel mehr. Aber ja. Yeah, the draw potion is also very potent into the next act. Whereas the swords are not bad against the birds. How are birds for us? Fiendfire kills one bird. Otherwise? Thorns is not completely dead against Book of Stabbing, but usually Thorns is not that great. Our potion drop is also there, yeah. No, we even can have a potion drop. I think we can just use it, it's okay. Like, our potion drop is just also real, right? Mummified Hand, Emerald Key and this. Mummified Hand, whenever we play a power. Wait a second, we do have 2 powers already. And then there's Corruption. Corruption, feel no pain. Power Alert. Yeah. Let's take it, right? Yeah, the run is over like always, right? Yeah. No, I've heard that many times. So, if we take the Corruption, we also upgrade the feel no pain finally, right? Oh, we are not there yet. We are still at the question mark. Okay, cool. Transform any skill. Any skill is corruptionable. Any power is mummified handable. Any attack is bad though. Any card we receive from the transform can upgrade here. While currently, oh, maybe we have an upgrade. We have no pen in the upgrade. Any status is evolvable. What? Remove strike is just pretty good. Any bad attack is a bad attack. Yeah, any bad attack is a bad attack, but any power is really amazing, no? And any skill is also really amazing. But yeah. Upgrade corruption, you say? Upgrade corruption. Yeah, no. I mean, we could even receive a Snecko Eye, then I would always pick Snecko Eye. And that would make upgrade corruption wasted. And now Feel No Pain is actually a really good upgrade. No. Any curse? Yeah, we cannot receive curse. So transform or remove. So your point is that any attack is basically mine. Also any attack is also not right? I mean, Pommel Strike is also life and stuff. Yeah. So any attack, I'm not sure about this statement. But if we transform into powers are... How sick are powers? Are pretty sick, right? I mean, any power comes with Mummified Hand. But you're basically saying we go infinite, but we don't have infinite relics yet. Yeah, just saying. Bludgeoning Incorporated. Yeah, sure. One third of the cards are trash, right? Also in 1/3 of the cards we receive an attack which is usually not good for us. Okay, cool. I can see that. But do we not benefit from nearly any skill? Why? Because we have corruption, and corruption makes skills cost 0. And in our case, every exhausted card also gives us an additional bonus. Even the attacks which put status effects into our also they are like, you know, the Daze thing, the Wild Strike, these are usually completely super bad attacks. And in our case, we can actually, you know, evolve those. And Fiend fire those. Any power is really good with a mummified hand, right? Like pretty much any power or what. Let's say there are a lot of powers which are good. I don't know. A second evolve would be just clutter. No, a second evolve would be okay-ish, kind of. Yeah. No, there are some attacks which are... I don't know. I mean... Still costs a draw. Yeah, the power still costs a draw, you mean? Naja, if the power is corruption, no, then we can go white. Even that would be okay. I guess if the power is something like a demon form, yeah, sure. I mean... Berserk, waiting, yeah, ne, klar. There are some powers, even the Berserk is with mummified and is okay. Not the worst. If it would be to add a random card into our deck, maybe it's like, maybe I overvalue that a little bit. Because whenever we rest with a Dreamcatcher, we will also receive an additional card reward. I assume that we go for Max Elite in Act 2, because we do have Fiendfire, that's very helpful for Max Elites in Act 2. We do have Dreamcatcher, that's very valuable for Max Elites in Act 2, because we can just rest for free, so better utilize the Dreamcatcher. Golden Idol means question marks into Elites. But even an attack is still not, I don't know, maybe it's okay to, I mean, the power, okay, there are not that many powers, so it doesn't shift the payout table that much, and powers after corruption are also not really playing. So maybe I overestimate the impact this has. And then there are skills, and while skills are very valuable currently, yeah, they are valuable. Yeah, well, I think it's okay. If you had to add a random card into our deck, how bad can that be? Even stuff like here, like Fish and Exhausted card is also positive. Yeah, there are some others. Barricade, Dark Embrace, Feel No Pain. I think there are a lot. Yeah. I think there are a lot. So, I'm not even sure about the attack being that bad in our case. Because we can also Fiendfire the attack away. So, we do not even mind having a little bit of clutter. So, either the attack... Yeah, I think Transformers is good. Transform a card in your deck, strike. Let's because look at this. Look at the cards. I mean, just take a look at this picture here and tell me how many of these are really bad. As an average, I think I feel good about these outcomes here. Sever Soul. I guess never mind. Can be utilized. Can be utilized most likely. Yeah, Feel No Pain, right? I mean, I don't know. Yeah. Burst and Strike? No, not Burst and Strike. Not Burst and Strike. We can take one hit if we want that. Maybe we want to take one hit. Also, yeah. Also, if you want to play the Bash again. What, worse than removing a strike? Yeah, it's worse than removing a strike, but it's not completely dead. There are situations where with Feel No Pain we can partly play that. It's not a complete, also it's not that bad. It's not complete garbo. Yeah, Bash or not, Bash on top or not. Yeah, Bash on top we want, right? If you have Bash on top, we just buy ourselves options. That's definitely okay. We just buy ourselves the option to definitely have a kill under certain circumstances. I would, however, probably now rather play the corruption. Yeah. keep track how many times it will be played. Ja, das ist not an ideal card, ist schon klar. Also, Bash is 16, this is 10, is 26, and then we could basically activate this slime boss. We could also... What? Snecko would make it positive. Yeah, Snecko would also make it positive. But I guess after Snecko we probably also won the run, I guess. Also, usually. So this is 25 and this is 35. If he would play the Sever Soul. 25, 35, and we do not need corruption in this fight, right? Yeah, probably not. Sever Soul in this fight, by the way, positive. Huh? Okay, so 25, 35, bring it to an 89, and then there's something 89, 80. What corruption mummified? Yeah, that's true. Can also do that. So let's see, corruption mummified goes into... Yeah. Yeah, corruption, what does it bring us? Yeah, that we can exhaust the one block and this block. Yeah, I can see that. It's okay, können wir machen. I don't even know. Maybe not. Because now we take damage. I think it's probably okay. What I'm saying is that we could have split it. We could have split it. Yeah, maybe a bit better like this. We could have split it at like 70. There was definitely some risk that we take more damage if we split at 70. So I think it's okay. No potion though. Ooh, okay. Yeah, there's a bludgeon, the infamous bludgeon, which is complete garbage. There's Reaper, there's Barricade. Reaper and Barricade. Reaper is a slight benefit because Dubudol. Reaper is weird with Fiendfire because we want to finish with Reaper, but if you already played Fiendfire, well, Fiendfire can also very often finish. Reaper is a little bit weird because you need to stall it until you can actually really apply it. Reaper is a little bit weird with so much max HP. Like, so little max HP. Reaper is weird, a little bit weird with Dreamcatcher. Reaper is a little bit weird with Golden Idol if you find Bloody Idol. There's Barricade. Barricade is actually very good because of Mummified Hand. You play it, usually you don't have anything else to be played in that turn, but because of Mummified, you actually really always gain the full energy from the Mummified Hand with the Barricade. Can even upgrade the Barricade to make it more approachable. It's probably good later. Man, this dropkick sucks. But I mean, okay, sure. I mean, we didn't... I guess we picked it to, you know... It cannot be the worst. This is like, whatever, I guess. After having Bash upgrade, I can actually more see it. Because whenever we draw dropkick after or with Bash, we always make use of it. So, it's probably garbage, but not as bad. I mean, also with headbutt, slightly better than normal. Okay. So, yeah, Barricade, right? I mean, the idea here is... What is our game plan? Our game plan is... We can go to a shop. We haven't visited a shop yet. Both removes came from question marks. So, that we remove all 3 strikes at shops is not unlikely. Fiendfire is only a one-time. After that, it's gone. This cycles itself. Headbutt is utility. Sever Soul, okay, whatever. And Bash is utility. Sever Soul is also utility. So we really don't really play real attacks, while our plan is to add a lot of skills. Every skill we find from the Dreamcatcher, every skill in general we want to pick, because then we can exhaust it with the corruption for a lot of block. Even evolve into status effects and to draw a lot of cards into Fiendfire block is also creating a lot of block. I don't know. I think Barricade is better for the late game proposition. There are also a little bit the argument that sometimes you can play Barricade with the Art of War. Not so sure, honestly. I don't even know what's going on here currently. As we have 49, which means minus 19, so we heal 5, also 5 below. if we have a good fight in Act 2, then we might even overheal. Usually not, but I'm just saying that the life loss is really not that relevant. Now, we had 2 fights, we didn't find a potion, okay, but I mean, I think it was still absolutely okay to use the potion against the Nob. Having like 2 times the option to find, and this against the birds is just like so potent against the Book of Stepping as well. We already have the Burning Elite. What else? No, nothing else. Let's take the barricade and take it from there. Okay. Yo, is that bad? Whoa, is that bad? Whoa, is that bad? Wow, that's really bad. Oh, that's actually really, really, holy crap bad. Oh, is my chat stuck again? Yeah, I guess. Hey, sometimes if I have the chat on the iPad, sometimes it gets stuck. I really hate it. Okay. What? You think it's Crown? It's definitely not Crown. I mean, we are sitting here with a barricade and with a freaking mummified hand. We need freaking card choices. Yeah. Peter says, well, we like the transforms, right? Lul. Yeah, the transforms are going a lot down in value because of Fiendfire. Fiendfire exhausts either garbage base cards or it exhausts real cards with the Pandoras. If it exhausts real cards, we are set. If it exhausts garbage base cards, we are happy. These defense are so freakingly good. Exactly. Usually you have like only 30% skills on the Ironclad. So if you convert these 7 cards, you only end up with whatever, 2 skills. Or like whatever, yeah. Something like this. So we lose skills. All skills with corruption are way better, with Phenopen are way better. These strikes we want to remove. We already said we will have a lot of removes. So if you transform them, we suddenly don't have any removes left. I'm not even sure whether curses are high priority removes, because curses can be removed with Second Wind and Fiendfire while giving us strength. So if you take the Pandoras, you also would run out of removes. It's really sad. What transformer strong? Easy Pandora? Yeah, right. Did I not just explain like very clearly why it's so bad? Okay, so no, these are 3 really bad options. Heavy Labs asked the rare Burning Blood pick. Yeah, could be. Yeah, Peter says first Black Blood ever in history, and it's true. I mean, I don't even know. You tell me, is the Busted Crown even positive? Because I don't know. I mean, we already said that every pick we take on a skill is making our deck so much better, because we can exhaust the skill with Feel No Pain and Corruption at the same time, simultaneously. We are still looking for game solutions like Power Through and Friends. Any power is also upgraded, so we can also happily take that. And if they are green cards, they are good anyways, right? We are still not finito. And with Fiendfire, the 4th energy does not even play. With Corruption, the 4th energy does not even play. So I'm not certain whether the Crown is even positive value. I'm just saying the Burning Blood is probably plus 350 gold, maybe 300. No, it's not 350. It's probably 300. Yeah, and we even have Dreamcatcher. It probably goes down to 250. The Black Blood is really bad. But the Crown, I don't know. I mean, whenever you lose a card choice, you probably pay, I don't know. Like with our setup, we probably pay 50 per card choice. So probably the Crown is, yeah, probably the Crown is the worst. And then there's the Pandora's box. It could be 250. But I really don't want to lose these skills, especially not if you get like a Dark Embrace or something. I don't even know what happens if you convert into a second barricade or some garbage like this. And if you are losing the skills, that's just so bad. Again, the strikes are in the remove anyways. So, putting that aside, if you get like an upgrade all, what do you do then? Did you not say we want to farm question marks like 2? Yeah, because we have Golden Idol. Yes, because we have Duvodol, so if you get cursed, it's less bad. And yes, because question mark could also be shop. If you get library, we can take a power or a skill. A question mark can also be a dagger, which is super strong. And yeah, I mean, that's already reason enough, right? And question mark. Yeah, so question marks are really good. And yeah, they are really good, right? Yeah, question mark should be really good. And yeah. Oh yeah, then we also remove sometimes a strike. Upgrade all base cards. Do we want to remove instead? Naja, also if you take the Pandora's box, we would remove instead, but in our case not. Yeah, transforming a defense is not even positive. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Okay, guys. In before people who come in and ask what happened with our boss pick. They will ask, hey, what happened with the boss pick? Did you not take a boss pick? I'm telling you. I'm telling you, they will definitely 100%. What kind of boss pick did we pick? So here, shop till we drop. The first shop is here. I could see that. By the time we reach this, we probably have 400 gold. And if you have 400 gold, yeah, then we definitely want to do this. What about elites? I'm not so sold on elites, by the way. I'm like, but we will see, right? Did we say something about being sold on question marks? Yeah, well, if you are sold on question marks, we should do this. It's also 3, 6, 9, 12 for the shop, which is 30% for infinite super value, because if shop, infinite super value. If chest, 2, 4, 6, 8, 15% on infinite, or 20% on infinite super value on a chest. Also crazy. This, super mega, hyper mega, everything mega. Let's go. Yeah. Yeah, okay, here, birds. I don't know, I feel somehow compelled to use this Storm Potion here. Corruption. Also Corruption block, or what do we want to do here? Yeah, Corruption block just seems to be good. Can even attack if you want that, but I don't know. There's something about playing our entire hand or what? Is there? We play this? Yeah, I don't know. Not that it matters, right? Yeah. I mean, I just used the Storm Potion here. I don't know whether it's good. I assume it is, but... attack wants to play, right? What can we do with the extra energy? Oh no. With Corruption down, we do not need the energy. Probably not, right? I feel the same. Storm Potion! Tor! Super utilization. Tor! Oh, we have Black Blood, right? We actually heal a lot. Okay, so feel no pain, Fiend Fire on something or what? Feel no pain, Fiend Fire is block 12. This guy dies after 4. Weird. Yeah, okay. Feel no pain, Fiend Fire the back or what? Oh, we even got this one. Okay, so... What? Yeah, Severed Soul, this oder so. Und dann das da oder was so. Bam! Bring! Black Blood. And we got the potion back. Okay. Not a very good potion. Perfect Strike has to be complete trash. Like Clash. Bloodletting. 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 I mean, we do have Sustain. Bloodletting after Corruption is... You would rather take a Seeing Red? Yeah, I would also rather take a Seeing Red, but sometimes you don't have options. So... Yeah. We need draw. Because we also have energy with a mummified hand, right? Whenever we pick any powers which cost 1, they basically are free. So basically powers which cost 0. Like all powers we pick with 1 energy, and we will pick some, they will all cost 0 energy into the hand. Whenever we have Fiendfire, the energy doesn't matter anyways. And whenever we have Corruption up, the energy also kind of doesn't matter, right? We don't want that part. Also we are not interested in the bloodletting, yeah? I'm not so sure. If we see Dark Embrace, yeah, okay. I mean, so basically Dark Embrace first into bloodletting, yeah. That's probably more like it. I don't know. I mean, with the barricade, there are some applications. There's also certainly some application with in the turn we play corruption. Yeah, bloodletting is definitely positive once we find Dark Embrace. That's what I think. So if it goes with a Fiend Fire, it's probably nearly irrelevant. It's slightly bad, but you know, whatever. I guess. If it comes with a Bash Dropkick, I mean, we are sitting on 3 energy, right? So Bash Dropkick, we have 1 energy to place 3 cards. There's a little bit positive in this case. With a Barricade, it nearly has to be positive or what? 5 cards being drawn, 1 card is Bloodletting. We go 5 energy on 4 cards. Yeah, would be okay. I'm just thinking after having played Corruption, it's just so sad, right? So, yeah. Yeah. Dark Embrace, Phenopain, Corruption, Barricade, good. Yeah, of course. that's one of the Exodia combos of the Ironclad. One of many. There are many. You just need to spot them and execute them. Can we talk about the bloodletting in our current situation? Because we will take some elite, so maybe it's just not very good, right? Just not very good currently. And yeah, that. What if you get another energy? Then it's also weird, right? Yeah. Yeah. Puzzle next. Yeah. We don't pick the food before the dog. You see green clash? Yeah. Sure. But can we talk a little bit about the fights maybe? As we do not take apparitions, right? Because apparitions, we already have so much sustain, apparitions don't make sense. Which also devalues the vampires. But we still don't like enemies, right? We still want this because 3 energy, we are sitting on 3 energy. And we said question marks are better for whatever reason. I guess the reason is that the Bloody Idol, that the Golden Idol is suddenly Bloody Idol, that the shop is good as well. I think that's good enough. You think that the Clash will play a lot in Act 2? Probably skip. The boss is the Knight. Against the Knight. What fights are better relative to events? Why? Nö. Glaube ich nicht. Against the Knight we have Barricade, by the way. Against the Knight we have Barricade, Phenopain, and then exhaust everything or something like this. No, we are currently not having card draw, right? So maybe we should really just wait. Yeah, I mean bloodletting. Bloodletting is usually something I do not mind, honestly. That's why I'm struggling a little bit here. Because there are many possibilities to... Yeah, but... Yeah, I think... It cannot be too bad. No. Bloodletting cannot be too... Can it? I don't know. I mean, it can be bad. It can be bad. And our deck is already kind of... streamlined? Many hands we are excited with. I think it's okay. Yeah. With Dark Embrace is certainly very good. But without any draw, it can be really bad if you whiff or what. And if we already say we remove these, is the bloodletting still not so good? Or since we have 3 energy, it's not a terrible take. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, is Library Dark Embrace is also there? Yeah, absolutely. Library Dark Embrace is there. I mean, we are on 3 energy. We draw 5 cards. Even after... What are we afraid of? Okay, maybe Bloodletting blocks that you draw the powers. And powers are really better than usual. So... we want to set up powers as early as possible in the fights. If Art of War gives us energy, we certainly have too many. Maybe we should just skip. Yeah, it's really weird. Yeah. We have Corruption. We have the Dude. Yeah, I'm really not so sure about the Bloodletting. How often... I mean, any seeing red is also so infinitely much better, right? I'm not so sure whether that's like a big reason, but... here, by the way. Yeah. I would also always take the upgrade here. The remove is nice and such, but upgrade is just better. Upgrade is 12 block, plus 9 damage deal. And we also have Fiend Fire for the exhaust. So, we are talking about... yeah. I think this is not close. Strike away. Barricade is still too good. Get rid of that. No, I'm definitely not getting rid of Sever Soul, guys. I don't know what. For 6 HP? Yeah, no. I think Sever Soul has some utility, while strikes don't. And no, we are not removing any drop kicks here, guys. What? Isn't Sever Soul taking out skills before Barricade? Without the upgrades, yeah, we would be down to 1. It's pretty crazy. So, what was the Sever Soul? Yeah, the Sever Soul just has utility strikes partly don't have. Also, yeah. You wouldn't mind getting rid of that Sever Soul. Yeah, okay. The Sever Soul can sometimes exhaust after Feel No Pain for block. And strikes can just not do that. I mean, strikes are just worse than that. So, here we can play Defend, Feel No Pain, Sever Soul. Or we can play... also Defend, Feel No Pain, Sever Soul, or we can play Defend, Feel No Pain, Barricade. If we play Defend, Feel No Pain, Barricade, it's completely Insanity. Yeah. We could play... yeah, basically that, right? Yeah. What Sever Soul is lethal? What? Lethal. Guys. Feel No Pain and hit Barricade and play all cards. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What? No. Or we play Barricade. If we play Barricade, we get either 8 block or we get Feel No Pain down, which is 66%. Maybe that's better. That might be better. If you play this is 66% on getting this or this, which are both fine. Are they fine? Yeah, with Corruption they are fine. This is a better hit. Yeah, if you play this into this, of course that's better. If you hit. But if you don't hit, it's worse. Is that true? No, Feel No Pain is pretty strong also after Corruption. No, we probably just go with this. It's fine. Man. Yeah, this. On headbutt, okay. Block is clear. Headbutt on defend or sever soul. On defend probably. Oh. Yeah, I guess we don't need the barricade if we just... Huh. Double. So this is block 20. Maybe I should have not put the defend on top, but yeah. I mean, whatever. We have like black blood anyways. So what is that? So currently we have double block and then we have these, yeah? So every turn we deal X damage, and this is 3 youth. So this is more block, but this is just more damage or what? And so this is 44, it goes to 24, and then just attack, attack, attack. Fight would have been solved with winning the 50-50. Yeah, that's true. But I mean, it is solved, right? I mean, we heal full. We heal full, no potion use. So we are more than fine. What is the max damage? These two, right? Okay, but then we also... Yeah, I mean, it's already killed. Yeah. So perfect. Perfect HP. No potion. Max HP. Ah, no. Oh, no, we would really like bloodletting, man. Hey, aber das weiß man halt auch nicht davor. Da steckt man halt nicht drin, oder? Da steckt man halt nicht drin, ja. Da steckt man halt nicht drin. Also, this is now a no-brainer, right? It goes down for 1 energy, and we have Corruption Dark Embrace. Yeah, it's just that easy. Oh yeah, we also have Dark Embrace, Corruption, Feel No Pain, Barricade, right? Yeah. Yeah, okay, we have everything. That's good. Yeah, no. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the elite is still not easy on 3 energy with only 1 Thorn Potion. Whereas a Thorn Potion will help the book a little bit, but only a little bit. I mean, we are on the question mark train, right? Oh, we fought an enemy, that's fine. Question mark 3, 6, 9, 12 on shop. 15, 18. So these are insanely likely to be a shop. Also likely, unlikely, unlikely, of course, yeah. But we could also just do this. Chest, 2, 4, 6, 8. 10 and 12 for chest as well. Pretty crazy. We might just go to the shop though, I don't know. We will be able to decide after the fight. And putting that aside, we also heal, of course, after the fight, also a lot. And on top of that, as icing on the cake, once we went out of these question marks, we can also go to this fire and heal. Yeah, because healing is basically free and we just get 20 HP sustained from this as well. So there's definitely something about this, yeah. No, we do this. Yeah. Shop though, if you can survive, you mean you just go to the shop because of the survival? Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's okay. Oh my god, slavers. That's the worst. I think we still survive, but it's gonna hurt a little bit. It's not a problem we don't die, but it will hurt a little bit, which sucks. Yeah, if you would have a potion which gives us some reach, that would be something, but yeah. Now the draw potion is lacking a little bit, but we also had so many options to find just a potion, so whatever. Do we need thorns? Yeah, the question is, why do we need thorns later? Like, do you really think there's Book of Stabbing and there we might even pay... So we probably find a potion, yeah? And even if we do not find a potion, we can still purchase more potions at the shop. It will probably save us some life. Yeah, you always slam thorns here, same. Also, the thorns here, absolutely. So there are 2 options. We can either block 8 or we can deal 11 more damage. Blocking 8 means that the defend is still in the deck for a corruption later. This is 44. We can attack the blue slaver or we can attack the red slaver. Okay, so should it be blue slaver or should it be red slaver? That's question number 1. There's something about... no, the sever so... oh. What's best dropkick defend? Yeah, yeah. It's really sad that the Sever Soul is in this, you know, because, yeah. Is headbutt and double strike enough damage left in the deck if you Fiend Fire here? Fiend Fire against Venue after I feel no pain. My concern is currently that we die. Sever Soul is just good versus wounds. Okay, so we have the option to deal 11 plus 9, 20. And then probably another 13. 15. So 20. 20 plus 15 is 35. For example, I'm just making up that we draw a strike, right? If we draw a Feel No Pain is much better. If we draw an Evolve is much better. That's better. Yeah. 11 plus 9 is 20. Yeah, Sever Soul is so strong later. And Fiend Fire is also so strong later. And this is vulnerable as well. So we can deal 44, or we can deal 20, 35, for example. But if you deal 35, we didn't deal 44. 44 is 47. And 1 attack kills. If you deal 35, for example, we did 17, 14, 14, and we need 2 attacks. If you don't draw 2 attacks, it's a little bit weird. Do we have a threshold on the blue slaver? 11, 20. If you draw the attack right away, 35. 35. 38. 38. Plus 11. 49. Hey, Zero Test user. Thanks so much for the sub, man. Ah, yeah. So we should not focus the blue slaver, yeah, we should focus the red slaver. Simply because the red slaver makes also inflicts vulnerable. Vulnerable is really, really bad. That being said, what happens if we do not draw any strikes? Then we need like 2 attacks. No. What happens if we just deal the 20? Then it's like 32, it's like 29. And then we can never kill basically. Unless we draw all 3 attacks. Hey, Mukil, thanks so much for the sub, man. Maybe there's also something about Corruption, Dark Embrace, Feel No Pain, Evolve. That we can just like lay big blocks, like monster blocks, right? Is it like more downside if we are weak? Like 13 every turn, 14 every turn. But this is also lower HP. Now we said the lower HP is not as threshold. Yeah, the lower HP is not as threshold. Is it not as threshold? Yeah, it's not as threshold. Even 38, we still need 2 attacks. Now, if we don't draw anything, 20, 23, leaving that at 27, it's not a threshold as well. 20, 23, 29, we still need to draw all attacks. If it's not a threshold, I think I'm more afraid of the red attacks, right? Vulnerable sucks. The hit is harder. If he throws the net though, what about the net? Is the net an issue? Sometimes. Yeah. So whatever. So you would like to have the Fiend Fire because it's a full block in the next iteration. Not only is it a full block, but it's also a kill at the same time. Full block, full kill, full wound exhaustion. I can see that. Sever Soul, full block. Okay, so let's bash the back one into dropkick. Feel no pain. So obviously we play Feel no pain, yeah? And Sever Soul. Yeah. Yeah, if this Sever Soul would have been a strike, yeah, that would have been much worse! That's what I'm freaking telling you, man. Hier was Strike Plus, ja? Strike freaking Plus, was RNG ist es? Nein, das ist hier Sever Soul, der normalerweise nicht im Deck mehr ist. 25. Ja. Bei den Leuten, wo der nicht mehr im Deck ist, die haben jetzt verloren. Oh. Have even a barricade, right? What headbutt for Fiend Fire? I don't know. That's Fiend Fire solved, yeah, next turn, right? So you're saying if we headbutt this, and then we block now, block is 12, so we take 9, and then next turn, we are still weakened. So was this Pandora's box really bad over box weird? What are you talking about, guys? Look at our freaking base cards. What do you mean weird? You want to convert defense pluses and strikes? Yeah, wow. No. No. Just look at what happened, yeah? This is not a coincidence. Alright. So, yeah, about the solve, right? So, headbutt, strike on something else, and then we draw Fiend Fire plus 4 additional. And the question was, does Fiend Fire solve? Yeah, no way, right? It's minus 3, 8, 32. So this is going to 40. If we deal 32, it goes to 8. To 8, and we gain 20 block. To 5, yeah? To 5, and we go 20 block. So now this will be full block. And this will go to 2 and then it will die. Do we want to play Dark Embrace? We cannot play Dark Embrace. We could play Evolve. If we play Evolve, we take more damage. What, 32 kills after hit? 32. Nö. 40, 37? So this will then, also we will be able to kill this the turn after, but can we really? Not even that is guaranteed. Not even that is guaranteed. Okay, let's look at alternates. What are good alternates? Maybe it's okay, I don't know. maybe it's okay. I mean, it's the best card on top, right? And depending on our draw, we can still decide. There are some different decisions. Yeah. Defend plus. Yeah, defend plus is actually better, right? Why do we not just block in? Defend plus seems to be better. Given that we want to play Evolve. Evolve is free, also free. At the same time, it draws 5 cards per turn. And then we have Fiendfire and the Sever Soul still in the shuffle. Seems better. Yeah. And if you get Corruption, we can even play Corruption into blocks. Into this then. And Dark Embrace or whatever, you know. I think there are many options which are helping for that. Ah, defend plus. Oh yeah. Oh my god. Ah, okay. I thought we already have one in the. Okay, very good. Yeah, let's take the Fiendfire. Let's take the Fiendfire and see what happens. Ey, ich muss echt mal ein bisschen aufwachen hier. Das gibt's doch gar nicht. Hey, wake up, Mann. I mean, actually, it doesn't change a thing. Also, given this, it doesn't change a thing. Breakdown copy needed. Nah. Probably. Evolve and see what we hit. Yeah. And in all aspects, it's just good, right? It's 22. This is 16. This is full block. Yeah. So kind of. Oh, what? Hey, ich muss mal echt ein bisschen... Nee, wieso? Das war jetzt einfach wieder schlecht. Wenn wir Block Evolve. And then we have a 50-50 to hit Fiendfire. Ey, ich spiele so scheiße. Mann, warum ist denn das so schwer? Ey, die letzten Games, die letzten Tage sind immer so rough, Mann. Ja, was ist denn das für ein Müllplay schon wieder? Warum habe ich das denn gezockt jetzt? Das war mega scheiße jetzt schon wieder. Dreck, Grock. Hey, oh, das ist Tilting. Ich hol mir einen Kaffee. Oh. Oh Mann, ey. Hey. Auch schon schlecht jetzt. Ja, this is 8 block, this is 12 block halt, ne? Ja, nehmen wir natürlich das, klar. Ne? Then we are not weakened next turn. Corruption, Dark Embrace in the draw. Ah, okay, nicht schlecht. Yeah. Double strike block means we solve with taking 2 more. Could also play corruption. Corruption means at least 1 attack goes free, but then this is only 12 block, meaning we take 6, which I don't want. Yeah, if we play the block, of course we can just put the block on top and then we definitely have pretty much solved. Not pretty much, we have a guaranteed solve. So we take 2, and we have solved. Yeah, okay. It's okay, it's not the worst. Just a little, I mean, I don't even think it was bad. The Fiend Fire on top was probably roughly as good as the defense on top. I'm not even sure, maybe it was better. Because Fiend Fire on top is basically damage and block at the very same time simultaneously. So I'm not even sure which one was better. Yeah, I think with the draw order, maybe the Fiend Fire was even better. Then we had the play with the hand where we played Evolve first. I don't know. Maybe double block Evolve? What does it do? If we hit the strike, we actually block for less, right? If we hit the strike, we block... Yeah, we block for less. Maybe that was also not that bad. Naja. If we hit the strike, how much do we heal? Also, if we hit the block, we basically played it how we did, right? Then we play block 8 plus block 12. And the other one is just block 60. Maybe it was even correct. I don't even know. Maybe it was even correct. It's just very hard to play. Honestly, maybe we probably played correctly. It's funny. I think we actually played probably correct. I think I'm just a little bit stressed out, that's all. Yeah. Because this fight generally stresses me out, of course, if you take so much damage, but I shouldn't even be stressed out about this fight. Yeah. So, What Sever Soul PogChamp? Yeah, it's pretty good, right? So, yeah, I guess, right? Defend Sever Soul or what? Barricade on not possible. Yeah. No. Yeah, strike, Sever Soul, kill next turn. Oh. Ah, good stuff that we have the Sever Soul in the deck, no? Yeah, pretty good the Sever Soul we got from the transform there, right guys? Alright. 12 dexterity, 12 HP. No potion again. Okay, yeah, we use the potion. Fortunately. Kunai. Dropkick, Kunai. Dropkick, Kunai. How much did we really lose? 24. 26. 26 HP. Worth 100 gold with the Dreamcatcher. And it enables us to heal us here. Which we would have not been able to do otherwise. Yeah, free Relic. Pretty cool. Rage. Rage. Dropkick. Rage. Exhaust after corruption for free plus feel no pain. Rage on 3 energy because we didn't pick the bloodletting. I take that rage, honestly. I take that rage. Dropkick infinite. Yeah, dropkick infinite with barricade. I take the rage. Rage might be the worst kill. Oh, really? What? Nee, wieso was? Warum? Nee, überhaupt nicht. Was? Wieso? Also after Corruption Dark Embrace, it comes down for free. We gain a lot of block for that. For free, literally. After Corruption, Feel No Pain, it basically still gives a lot of block. And before Corruption, we still gain 6 block from that. Or whatever, 3-6 block. What? Don't want to draw into power. Aber das ist doch besser als Bloodletting. This Rage ist doch better als Bloodletting hier. What? It makes setup turns even harder. You mean because you remove the strikes or what? In the shop? If we are set up, we should be happy, you say, yeah? What's the setup? Feel no pain, dark embrace, corruption, yeah? Infinite what? Infinite block? Yeah, no, we forget about the infinite block. We already have corruption, feel no pain, dark embrace. I don't think that if we pick all the powers, we will, all the skills, we will have a leakage. Nah, I think the idea is if you remove the strikes, we really do not play many attacks right before rage. We never play rage into fiend fire. So, I mean, I'm not sure whether rage is literally the worst skill, but yeah, I can see that rage is not what we want. Yeah. Okay, fine. Shop or question mark? Not even sure about that, by the way. I mean, 3, 6, 9, 12. 15 and 18 for shop. So, like, in one of 3 cases, one of these is a shop. Okay, if it's an enemy on 3 energy, yeah, it's a little bit sad if it's an enemy. If it's a chest, it's also good. There are library, yeah, I guess shop is probably good. Naja, also the thing is, it's only bad to go. Yeah, no, it's probably the shop. With 377 gold, we really want to go to a shop. That shop is pretty good, I'd say. There is the abacus. The abacus is definitely positive in our case, for sure. Not hitting shop is so bad if you cannot spend the gold in our situation. That's what I think. Yeah. There are so many good. No, it's not the Dropkick on sale. Nein, ist nicht der Dropkick, Mann. Der Dropkick ist voll wild. Jetzt nicht der Dropkick, nein. We can play Disarm. Disarm is also mitigating damage until we actually come up with our combo. After Dark Embrace, it automatically draws a card. After Corruption, cost goes 0, and it also exhausts with Feel no pain. Disarm should be a no-brainer. If you can afford the other one. Gremlin Horn? Gremlin Horn is okay, but way too expensive. Magic says second and Dark Embrace seems good. Second Dark Embrace as well. Ja, schon possible. But yeah, auch possible, yeah. Crap. Everything is possible. Yeah, Gremlin Horn is way too expensive. We can opt out Gremlin Horn. The thing we want is Abacus, Disarm, Dark Embrace, and Remove. And a Panic Button as well. With Entrench, you say, I'm not sure about the Entrench, but Panic Button Barricade is, of course, something we could consider. Yeah. No, it's not Ghostly Arm. Panic Button seems super nice. What do you mean super nice? It's okay with yeah, sure. I mean, because Feel No Pain doesn't suffer under it. But super nice. Naja. With Barricade, it's okay. Yeah, Panic still lets you block with Feel No Pain as well. Yeah, super great. So what you're suggesting is, hey, we have Feel No Pain Corruption online, we play Panic Button, then we drop our blocks, and then we burn our blocks while not receiving block, but at least we get Feel No Pain. Yeah, not so sure about that. Yeah, but what? Abacus is weird because it plays after the fight is solved. You sure about that? Because I also have to say that it, like, once we get through the deck, we get, like, suddenly... also, the question is, how much do you expect for 168? I mean, this thing will probably give us... I don't know. Suddenly 18, 24 block once the deck is exhausted. And I'm not so sure... I mean, you're saying that we have enough skills, but I don't see that. I currently see exactly 4 blocks. I think the Abacus will do... as once our deck is exhausted, and it's small... We will have something like Bash Dropkick, 18 block per turn once we get another card draw. Or whatever. Headbutt with Dropkick. I don't know, whatever, you know. But this is a lot of block. I think it's good enough. Yeah. Yeah, Abacus is for long fight, not for the hallways we blow up with Fiend Fire. I think that Abacus is not good enough is In the next fight's okay. But we have Fiend Fire for that. Nee, I think 160. I would just buy that. I mean, Abacus is just for 168. I cannot see that that cannot be good enough. So, I mean, okay, for that we have 2 options, but I think Abacus is just so strong. I mean, once the deck is small, it's also about the... I don't know, this is weird. It's weird. So about the card remove. I believe that in summary we need to remove, yeah, the 2 strikes at some point, and that's about it. The Dark Embrace. You would skip the remove, right? And then just remove later. Yeah. And the remove is... The Dark Embrace is so sick because Fiend Fire is so sick with Dark Embrace or what? Yeah. Probably. Or because Dark Embrace is so sick with Corruption or what? I don't know. Dark Embrace seems to gain value with the Abacus. Oh, Upgrade Strike might actually even help our damage at the moment. Yeah. I think we should... Also, how often do you have the option to actually buy stuff, right? I mean, that's just very good. So... So currently we are looking at this question mark into this. And we say if this is... I don't know. Yeah, with the Dark Embrace, I'm also not exactly certain. Also, do we ever have too many Dark Embraces? Like, okay. Is the second Dark Embrace... What, the dropkick? What? Dropkick and what? Can we dropkick and 2 cards or what? Doch. What dropkick? Dropkick for what? For the infinite or what? Also with our current gold we could also afford the dropkick as well. Yeah. I mean that's something we can buy. We can buy the dropkick on top of the others. So Peter currently only sees 4 skills. That's right. So what does that tell us? Does it tell us the Dark Embrace is worse because of that, or... Dropkick is so bad without vulnerable up. Yeah, but we can manipulate into vulnerable up or what? It solves the knight, and here we can get like full HP. Here we can get full HP, we go here, here, and here we can probably get full HP again. And then we go here, here we can probably get full HP again. We are just dream catching like crazy. It's pretty funny that the dream catcher is like running that much. We really utilize the dream catcher here, I like that a lot. So, okay, I think the only solution is to talk about everything by one. So the first question would be dropkick. Dropkick without vulnerable up is a blank. That's clear. So in a lot of setup cases, the dropkick is basically a blank. Very often. So I mean the question is, would we pick it from a card reward if it would be free, right? And what we currently do have is an infinite with the dropkick. We can exhaust all the powers, the skills are being exhausted with corruption, we go to 7 cards. lower than 7 cards, we go Dropkick Infinite with Bash. We cannot play Fiendfire if Bash is also in the very same hand, but usually if he bashed one time beforehand, that's also fine. Against some enemies which have like Artifact, the Dropkick thing is a little bit annoying. Is the double Dropkick thing as good as the single Dropkick thing? Would be another question. So once we exhausted the entire deck, we draw a hand, and we can go, for example, Bash, Dropkick, draw Bash again, Bash, I don't know. So, yeah, we would add any Shockwave, of course. Yeah. What does Dropkick bring to the table even with Vulnerable? Kunai, Potential Infinite, what else? It basically is an Infinite, yes. With a Barricade. That is what it brings to the table. With Abacus, it's also a hard solution. Yeah, exactly. If you draw it with a Bash, it's also dealing damage, by the way. Because we have 1 strength, it deals 9 damage. So if you draw it with Bash or after Bash, it's also, you know, can be something. I think the question should be, if we exhaust our deck down, whether we do not win automatically already. But this is something I'm not so sure. Do we really win automatic if our deck is set up? I don't know. Maybe we talk about the other cards first. So, we already said that remove is probably not. If you buy the Dropkick, is it really not remove? I don't know. And then there's also something about the Dark Embrace. Let's talk about the Dark Embrace. The second Dark Embrace. Why would we think that the second Dark Embrace is so important? Also the second Dark Embrace is diminishing returns or what? If you have Fiendfire and you have Dark Embrace online, you don't need a second Dark Embrace online, right? You do not really benefit from that. If you have Corruption and 1 Dark Embrace, well, I mean, it basically means the skills which you draw are replacing themselves. You still add 3-4 energy, and then you can just play whatever you drew. So, I think buying the second Dark Embrace only makes sense if we believe that it's of utmost importance to have 1 Dark Embrace online. Is it of utmost importance to have 1 Dark Embrace online? If you have Fiendfire, we draw 5 cards. We cannot even play Dark Embrace into Fiendfire. If you have Corruption set up, sometimes... I mean, if you play the Corruption, we also do not have enough energy to play much more, right? So... I'm saying if you play Corruption and then we draw Dark Embrace the turn after, that's also perfectly legit. Let me just play Dark Embrace turn after. Yeah, I also don't see the second Dark Embrace. I just don't... Oh. We only have 1 Dark Embrace. Yeah. Oh. The second 2 energy is too much. Yeah, no. Like I don't like the second one. It also blocks all third Dark Embrace picks, by the way. Yeah. Yeah, remove. Yeah, then the next question would be, potion is not for discussion. No, we can heal at every rest place. We can heal at every rest place. So leaves. Disarm, panic. Okay, let's talk about panic button. Panic button is 30 block. I mean, really, we are not blocking at all the turn after. So 30 block is in the current state of affairs usually an overblock. Unless you also have Barricade in the very same hand. Then you could play Barricade and Panic Button, which is of course legit. I mean, there's no question about that. But if you play it with before Barricade, you basically guarantee that you get a big hit afterwards. Which is not exactly cool. Unless you draw Feel No Pain. But otherwise you basically open your face for hits. I'm not so sure how good that is. It works with Fiendfire or Sever Sword the turn after, but only if you also have Feel No Pain. And disarm. Oh, also, the panic button doesn't get reduced with the corruption. Disarm does get reduced by the corruption. So, is this not simply better than panic button? It's also better against a heart, but I'm not sure whether that matters. I guess it's better against some bosses. It's also better against some elites, by the way. We already faced the slavers. Against the slavers, this is probably the best. And disarm is probably, yeah, way better against the other two. Potion? No, we don't buy potion here. I could see disarm. Good to remove vulnerable and double top kick. Yeah, it's also positive for removing, yeah. Did you say now something about the drop kicks? Nothing yet, right? But I think it should be positive. And then remove a strike. Naja, I mean, now that we played it this way, definitely remove strike, no? Yeah. Yeah, like this. Yes. Also the thing is, slavers are more difficult than the red mask bandits. And the red mask is basically stripping artifact. I do see that Field Fire kills one immediately. It's 40 damage, we can kill this guy. 44, we can kill this guy, or this guy. We can basically take one out of the game by just playing Fiend Fire. And we have time until turn 2. We also have Feel No Pain. Feel No Pain doesn't get by the dexterity debuff. They are so stupid trying to rob us, absolutely. Absolutely, the fools. The freaking fools. And later we get also this, which is also not affected by this. Yeah. I mean... Yeah, the Relic is super nice for dropkick artifact removal as well. But it's just like that these guys are so much easier than slavers. Now, to put things into perspective, the slavers have 10 HP each, like 10 HP more each. The first turn they attack you for 20 more, and the second turn if you do not kill one you die, and if you do not kill one here, yeah, you take one-time damage, but that's so be it, yeah. We can really use our Dreamcatcher. Yeah, but we already overused the Dreamcatcher, right? I mean, we go here, we use the Dreamcatcher already. 20 HP, 62, we used the Dreamcatcher already. But I also have to say that the potion drop is also phenomenally high. I do not even know whether it's... If we find a potion, we probably have better odds to take this fight down than if we do not take the fight. Like, if we take this fight, we find a potion, we probably have better odds here. Also, putting that aside, we have Black Blood, right? So we can actually 12. So... We can never die, right? Nah, we can never die. So let's fight. Black Blood tells us to take more fights. No, that's not necessarily. What, Fiend Fire yet? 44, and you say Bear has 44. Is it not a little bit like single-minded? But yeah, I don't know. What a coincidence. I mean, yeah, I would... 33 is just one off. Yeah, I would also not mind Strike and Fiend Fire, right? I mean... yeah. So yes, we should just play Fiend Fire, yeah? Cool. Because Bear is just like high priority target. We take 12, which means we didn't really take real damage. Oh. We do not have dexterity debuff, and without the dexterity debuff we can actually use our blocks for real block. It's okay. Naja. Barricade is also complete garbage. So there's that. Defend, disarm, feel no pain, we play all or what? But then we don't wait. And corruption we also play all. Yeah, corruption we also play all. Oh. Pretty sick that we play with corruption all. Corruption is play all is crazy, right? I cannot believe it. What? Can you believe this? What? What? I mean, okay, you're not as excited. I like, what? Yeah, I feel that's pretty crazy. So, if we do this, we take no damage. Oh, okay. But if we play this, we also deal 5 AoE. But we currently also do not take damage, so I don't know. I mean, next time we have guarantee. 5 damage on both. Or we wait and then we have a guaranteed. We are infinite. Infinite already or what? Yeah, we are infinite next turn. Yeah. Okay, cool. No. So we didn't really lose any. So I could have also attacked. We could have also killed Pointy turn 1. What was with that? Oh, it's not important because now we heal full anyways, right? That's kind of the idea behind it. Or what? I don't know. Was it better to kill Pointy turn 1? Or is it just that if their fight goes like this, we are just happy? I mean, free fight and such. Or Crazy Act 2 enabled this outcome. Or Crazy Draw or what? Yeah, probably. Probably that was okay. We also had this. Oh yeah, or Crazy turn 2. Yeah. True. Shrug is a good skill. Shrug is also draw. Shrug after this is free. Shrug after this is ultra free. Shrug after this is hyper free. Corruption. A second corruption is weird. We just play the corruption once we draw it. And then we exhaust everything with corruption, right? It's funny that you're so like, okay, corruption, whatever. I mean, if you have an earlier corruption, yeah, then the second corruption is slightly weird or what. Not even that bad. How bad, how important is the first corruption? Yeah, we might just over-exhaust quickly, right? So if we wait with the defend blocks as much, yeah, but Truck is still way better. You pick a second over nothing, but Truck is too good. Yeah, that's also my feeling. I mean, if we pick it, we can actually just delay until we actually do have the corruption things down. If it wasn't Shrug, you would pick corruption. Yeah, even. Yeah, but on the other hand, if you really double draw into corruption, it's also so sad. And that being said, you do not want to exhaust before Dark Embrace, right? You want to, also not before Feel No Pain. I mean, you want to draw corruption after Dark Embrace, Feel No Pain, not beforehand. Unless you say the double drop kick basically diminishes that fact, right? I mean, that could also be, we could say, hey, because we have infinite once we have everything exhausted, we do not need to wait for Feel No Pain, Dark Embrace, but the corruption itself is just strong enough. But maybe that's not the case. Okay. Yeah. Don't want to play 2 corruptions, we want to go infinite. Yeah, but you can just exhaust with Fiend Fire. You play 1 corruption, the other one you just exhaust. Yeah. Lantern. You start combos with an additional energy. I could get behind that. I think later we don't need the energy, but for setup you can have it for turn 1. There are certainly some turn 1s where we would like or would not mind the lantern. There are also a lot of relics which are now useless. If you go infinite, lantern is not one of the relics which are useless. It's not very good, but do we really need anything more? Yeah, I don't think we need more. I think we appreciate setup. Bring Dreamcatcher into power through. Hey. Power through Sever Soul. Power through Fiend Fire. Power through Evolve. Müssen wir schon nehmen. Fight. Painful Steps. What a trash hand. Whoa. Whoa, wait, but... Oh, yeah, look at this. Lantern! 5 damage. Art of War. Art of War. But we just go infinite? Yeah, if we do not get wounds. Best dropkick, disarm, power through. If you want it. That's not infinite though. Power through, disarm, Sever Soul. I don't know. Not tunnel visioning on any garbage, by the way, please, guys. Yeah. Not let's not garbage. Let's not what get barricade out of the way. With what? With the Sever Soul or what? Suddenly we don't want these things or what? We could also just play the barricade. But yeah. So this some also draws. Yeah, we have some kind of yeah, it's pretty sick, right? Everything. So power through doesn't give us wounds and blocks 15. So always power through what? Or bash dropkick? Can also bash dropkick evolve. Bash dropkick evolve also is pretty sick, I don't know. Makes all dropkicks very good. Evolve, see what it hits is also. Yeah. Yeah, everything is good, you know, it's pretty crazy. Do we have a problem if Evolve hits badly? Like, let's say it hits the dropkick, what do we do? Bash, yeah, okay. Then we play bash, dropkick, and power through, right? What? All 50-50, ja warum denn? Nee, also wir können den ja auch treffen. What? Feel no pain again? What? Probably infinite because of the wounds which draw. It's really weird, everything. So... Dropkick, we say it's 3 energy. We can play attack. No. Corruption? No. Feel no pain? Defend, feel no pain? No. Do we need corruption? I don't know. Also, corruption means we get dropkick for free, which gives us 1 energy, which we can then use for feel no pain. Or corruption gives us feel no pain immediately. Or corruption gives us fiend fire. What happens if what happens if corruption gives Fiend fire? Then corruption, that's bad, right? But then we draw 4. Then we draw 4. Sure. And then we probably also draw more. So we can probably block in. But so this is 3 times 16 is 48. Bring it to 99. Barricade into all skills. And with what energy do you play the skills? I don't even understand. Like, we play Corruption, we would play Exhaust Defend. And then we play the Fiend Fire. Oh, we also get Abacus. Probably okay, right? Barricade into all skills. Yeah, okay. So Dropkick. Feel no pain. Defend. Fiend Fire these. We have Dropkick and Dash. Get Abacus and Exhaust. Nice. Yeah, barricade into exhaust all and then take a look from there, right? Yeah, like this. And this means we also heal full. And healing full is pretty nice. Because then we can actually upgrade it with fire if you don't want to rest. Yes, I would have not minded resting. I think it's both the same. What, minus 6 HP? No, we didn't lose. I think we were 62. Potion finally. Preserved Insect doesn't need. And there is True Grit. But not upgraded. If we want that. Do we want the non-upgraded True Grit or not? Overhealed by 6. Ah yeah, right, yeah. We overhealed by 6. Okay. So do we want the non-upgrade True Grit or not? What only if we can green it? Really? Because we want to set up the powers or what? I mean... Regular charges plus 9. We are already infinite, right? Yeah. We are already infinite, kind of. We have infinite because we have Abacus and Dropkicks, right? And we also have Strip with the red mask. So, do we get some fire upgrade or heal? I know we are not taking any portal. So, what's our upgrade? Our upgrade could be Dark Embrace. Yeah, if we make an upgrade. I believe it's Dark Embrace, yeah. And then we have another upgrade. But we could also rest, I don't know. Not power through. I think definitely energy upgrade. No, the champ is free, yeah. But does it speak for the trigger or against? Trigger is just not good, right? Yeah, I don't think we want that. Okay, so what upgrade on corruption would seem to solve a lot too? Yeah, we can also just take the 2 energy upgrades. But I think the discussion currently is about this True Grit. And you're just pointing out that True Grit is not important if you already are infinite. Which I can see. Before we needed a lot of skills in order to get more block. But now that is not true any longer. Oh, we also want the upgrade. We also want the upgrade on the barricade even. So, yeah. And we don't even mind status effects. Because we do have Saber Sword. And we do have Evolve. So not even status effects can break anything. Yeah. So we just want energy upgrades and want to have our deck stay as it is. Yeah, basically this. Yeah, this or this, whatever. I don't even want to play the barricade. It's so weird. Ah, crap. Yeah, whatever. Hey, Andanius, thanks so much for your sub, man. Corruption upgrade feels weird. Yeah, I would also definitely do the one upgrade first, like the so yeah, it feels weird because of stuff like this, right? We can already outplay everything. Powers through Fiend Fire or something. Can also disarm if you want. With having the Arm Bracelet, maybe we break our Infinite, so maybe just Fiend Fire. If we don't do this, maybe we cannot, you know, pain. I need to take care that I never do something very stupid. Naja, for example, exhausting all attacks. Exhausting all attacks is one of these stupidities we should never do. Speed potion, okay. Yeah, all three are good. Funny. In Thailand, yeah, I was 3 months in Thailand. Really enjoyed my time there. What Sentinel seems really good for setup. Sentinel. Naja, we are taking the battle trends here, right? I mean, there is what? Armament? Well, it's Hagel. Also was? Schnee, Hagel, war, fast. Okay. Also, yeah, Sentinel is energy, but we don't need energy. First of all, we can get a 4th energy from the boss. Second, we already picked the lantern. Third, we have the mummified hand. Fourth, all our future upgrades will be energy upgrades. Armaments, we have too many upgrades. Naja, we could pick armaments and then not upgrade any longer. But we could also just upgrade our cards. Yeah. So... And we don't mind that these are becoming upgrade because they are infinite pieces and all that stuff. Battle trends really secure setups. Yeah, absolutely. What? Anyone know how to... Okay. Yeah, trends is also setup and also battle trends in the Fiend Fire. Yeah. Also, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And then we said something about upgrades. Dark Embrace is a very nice upgrade, right? Yeah, absolutely. Because we can just play it once it comes up. And if we don't have Corruption set up as well, we can actually play Dark Embrace into stuff as long as we are energy stuffed before Corruption. We can even play everything else and then discount Corruption in some hands. The same also goes for the Barricade. So Dark Embrace seems to be the obvious first upgrade. Then Elite or not? Yeah. Or did I do? No, definitely Elite. Okay. So feel no pain. Our hand is complete garbage. Pretty crazy. Yeah. Bash, dropkick. Okay, I can see us using a potion here. What is this? 8 plus 6. Yeah, we strength potion is probably good. Strength potion doesn't help later. Maybe dexterity depends on what we draw. Yeah, what do you mean? You mean dexterity now and then this? Dexterity potion is way better than strength potion though, right? So if you can just use the strength potion, just use the strength potion here. And yeah, and knight is free, so let's just do that, please. Do we have a kill? Yeah, kill. At least kill. And can now shrug it off and battle trance, for example. Or if we would have Battle Trance, we could now Fiend Fire. What a pity. Yeah, but we didn't know it beforehand, so whatever now. So this arm is also exhaust for the Feel No Pain, and hopefully we don't take the Gremlin Wizard hit next turn. Oh my god, okay. But I also have to say that the setup we are currently encountering is also abysmal, whatever. So, is that something like playing Evolve? Nah, cannot be too bad. So, this not. So probably just. Nah, because this plays. Does it play? No, it probably doesn't play. It'll just Sever Soul. I don't know. It's probably also okay like this. So Dark Embrace first or what? Nah, we want to see this. Okay, I'm relatively happy that we used the strength thing. Double, like, we can kill the gremlin. Actually, Battle Trance made corruption upgrade more important. Yeah, because now we need to play draw first into Battle Trance and still be able to drop the corruption afterwards. Yeah, and barricade is sometimes not needed because if we go into infinite, we are infinite anyways. So what's going on here? Battle Trance on top. So shrug it off. Dropkick headbutt. Or even it doesn't, yeah, defend headbutt. Like this, no? Barricade or Battle Trance corruption. Was this lethal? Oh, we already have solved. Yeah, whatever. Run! Run! They can make a new gremlin leader, these 3 gremlins. Yeah, full HP, question card, okay. This I never understood, look at this. Question card activated, but not a 4th card. Very sad about that. Very sad. Yeah, okay, so corruption upgrade. Overkey, right? Okay, so shrug it off. Scam? Yeah, right. Okay, so what about Feel No Pain, Evolve? Disarm. It says future card rewards. Yeah, but you could argue that this is a future card reward. No. So, what was this? Something, infinite something, right? The defense can be corrupted, they can also be exhausted. But Fiend Fire is not great here. Yeah, but taking damage again is also not great here, right? So yeah, but yeah, whatever. We can also just play this, it's fine. So It would definitely give a better feeling if you would receive another card. Maybe we can agree on that. So, we can Fiend Fire and then we have block 8. Yeah, why not? Yeah, I'm thinking about that it might break our infinite or whatever, but not. So let's do this. I'm just a little bit afraid, you know, like doing that stuff. But oh, I could have just exhausted the crap. Whatever. Let's exhaust this. Yeah, this. This needs to be exhausted at some point, right? And then we have Sever Soul. Exhaust this. And what is with Sever Soul? We can currently not play it. Right. Okay. So we can also exhaust this, I guess. Yeah, something. We can even add wounds to draw more, yeah, but probably not needed, right? Just play Sever Soul and then we just trivialize everything. Or we just infinite loop here is also fine. Currently we are weakened though. Sever Soul is whatever, right? Yeah. Maybe we could wait until we are not weakened or what? Probably. There goes much quicker. But you see my concern, right? I mean, one more card and we could have not infinite or what? Maybe I should have definitely checked beforehand. Was it one card or what? Yeah, one more card and we don't have infinite. Do we lose then? No, if we didn't remove the wounds. But if I remove the wounds, then not. So if I would have just executed it, I mean, we could have still been fine, right? Because we draw, we get Abacus like 18 per turn. This guy is not strengthened up yet, and not only is it 18 per turn, but we deal also a lot of damage, right? I mean, it's 16, 20, 29 or something. Probably still okay, but whatever. Potion is nice for card rewards. Okay. Offering a setup if you want that. It's also skill, it's also exhaust. We also have a lot of sustain, and we already have a barricade. So you see an offering, yeah, let's take that. Yeah, it seems pretty good, yeah. What, Juggernaut does all the things faster? Yeah, right, we take Juggernaut there. That's right. So there is a fusion hammer. Hey, it's a Putski Kala Fiorek. Thanks so much for the sub, man. Yeah, there's MTK, Choker, and Fusion Hammer. Now, there are probably some cage takers because, wow, oh, look at this cage, but that's of course complete nonsense. Energy for setup can never be that bad. So, yeah, that's a free energy with a Dreamcatcher. That's exactly right. And we also take it, of course. So, and now Burning Elite is already on the way. I need to take the keys. One key we can take at the rest place. And the other key is of course from the dude. And we can just take three elites with a lot of question marks or what. Fires are to be avoided. Yes, no, maybe. What about the shop there in between? Good thing we didn't key. Yeah, that's probably also okay. So, what's the best and why? I don't even mind not going to the shop. We already have air. We can tuck or what? Like this. Then we would not go to a shop. Do we want to 1000 gold? Probably not. Does falling stop us? Falling? No. Falling definitely doesn't stop us. We can always sacrifice some skill. Yeah. I mean, fire is just mitigation for Risk of Ruin. And Max Elites is clear because we have the insect. Going to a shop is can do We have Red Mask. Red Mask is also 222 gold. So it's probably correct to do this. Feel no pain, barricade, headbutt, Fiend Fire or what? Fiend Fire first. We have Blood Potion, so that's good. What Raptor turn 2 and we have a breakthrough would be super sad. Yeah, but we also have the insect. So. And we also remove more and more cards, that being said. So this is Dexterity or Blood Potion, but Dexterity for 5 is really weird. And we still have a lot of sustain. With 4 energy I can probably just play the drop kick. And we also have the Blood Potion. If we find a new potion, I will probably use the Blood Potion often. So we do not have Dark Embrace yet. Basically means we play this. For setup now we Dark Embrace. Power through Sever Soul. And it's just infinite, right? Because we already exhausted some... Is it infinite? Yeah. Is it? 1, 2... Ja, natürlich, ja. Yeah, and even if it wouldn't be infinite, we just don't die, right? Yeah. No, I just want to make sure that I don't fuck it up and then suddenly we die. Because we do not kill them and stuff like this. Yeah. Yeah, better safe than sorry, really. I mean, I don't know, did it ever happen to you guys? Where you thought, okay, we are like, you're infinite and then suddenly you do something stupid and suddenly you're not infinite? I don't know. Or something like you exhaust too much and suddenly against Spire Shield, Spare you don't have a solution. We can drink the potion if you want that. This is 13, 14, something like this. Fire Potion is against the Snake Lady. Some were teamatizing the Snake Lady thing. But I also have to say that the Speed Potion looks not good. Right? Now Trugit comes upgraded. Now upgrade is an entirely different story, by the way. Why? Maybe we should have even taken the non-upgrade one, but upgrade is completely nuts. Yeah. Hyper block, hyper exhaust, hyper block with feel no pain, hyper draw with dark embrace, hyper with corruption, hyper. Fire potion. I don't know. This dexterity potion seems like garbage to me. If he would use it to create a lot of dexterity, a lot of block, we actually don't because we go infinite. Yeah. So yeah, I think fire over speed. Because of Raptomancer, we said something about that, right? That sometimes against Raptomancer there might be some very bad occurrences and then suddenly really bad. Okay. So, what's this? 2 madnesses. Yeah, it means really bad, yeah? So, once we get Dark Embrace is okay, but it's just like really sad, right? Yeah, the curse, yeah, we don't need. Let's take the max HP. That's really sad. What can you do? So, Pino Pain first of all. Rugged off, Battle Trance. Evolve needs to come down, so power through evolve or something like power through. Yeah, perfect. Also perfect full heal. 55. 55 and then lethal next turn. Oh, actually not. We have Dark Embrace too, right? Yeah, then it's lethal this turn maybe. No, never mind. Whatever, it doesn't matter. So, also full HP auf jeden Fall wieder. No potion, okay, that's good. Second battle trance. Oh. It's probably a yes. I think second battle trance is still positive. Yeah. Simply is positive. And once we have corruption, we exhaust it, and then it goes to 0. And then it exhausts again, so it's just positive. Make offering with? No. No, that should be definitely positive. Yeah, we have an infinite. And now the question is, do we ever want to risk anything? That's the question, yeah. Time to visit poison, yeah. Never a problem with our potions. Yeah, what you're saying is we are sitting... I mean, besides with our potions, this is 13 HP. So we are sitting at 78. But you're saying this is 20 extra? I don't know. We have a lot of energy. The burns are a problem unless we... the burns are a problem unless we get evolved. Sometimes these are a problem. But usually, if you only draw block, is also a little bit weird. We have so much draw to get your reward. Yeah, and then sometimes you draw also with Fiend Fire and such, okay. So, and we have a lot of life to play with. Also, this being at 92 helps. Okay, cool. So... yeah, so we can play hand. Feel no pain is obvious, yeah? Now, Sever Soul is 17. So this is 17, this is 11. We want to save Sever. Yeah. Because of the burns. There are 2 burns incoming. Just take the Kunai proc. Yeah, we also get Kunai proc if we play all 3. I mean, dropkick is also maybe a good save. Yeah. I'll really just play them all. Makes a lot of sense, right? Fiend Fire plays 0 damage though. Yeah. Nice, the red mask actually did play here. 1 dexterity is... naja. Oh, it's a Fiend Fire. The Fiend Fire, no, we did remove some attacks, right? So, even if we get down with the bash, some drop kicks, we are always at least semi-infinite. But yeah, also keeping Fiend Fire, I cannot see that whatsoever. Yeah. Yeah, about the Sever Soul. Yeah, do we want to save the Sever Soul? That's a good question. Because we could also... nah, but we can also just get the dexterity. Oh yeah, we have a lot of setup right now. Are you sure that we took 0 risk of ruin in this fight? I'm not so certain. Yeah, small coffee break. What do we have risk of ruin here? Here we don't have risk of ruin. But maybe before we entered the fight. Yeah. We could play Shrug It Off before we play Corruption. Frugit should rather exhaust Strike. Bash needs to come down. You mean we have crab loads of card draw? Yeah. No, that's true. Okay. I could see playing the Shrug It Off first. I don't think it's ever like a big downside. And even the Trugil can be played like this if we do want to save it. It's very important to kill the first one. So I would probably just bash that. So here we have 2 energy. We can even play this first. And I'm not even sure about the strike. Maybe we just want to play this strike to deal damage. Not sure. Following since 7 years. Good stuff. Nice to hear, man. Okay. So what's up? Do we even... How much do we block currently? Ja. What we have energy for all cards. Naja, klar. Aber do we want to keep this or not? As 19 block is 32. 2022. So it could be 8 years, yeah, that's true. Headbutt on something battle trends kill. We still do not draw, huh? Interesting. With the fire potion we always kill, so that's something at least, but... Is Seva already killed? It's like 15 and then Seva kills, right? Yeah. Yeah. Could do that. Evolve Seva, no? Well, that's a little bit sad here, everything. From this. Nah, we just do that, right? Yeah. That's pretty sad, right? We don't have barricade yet. We could also save the Sever. Hey, welcome back, Tobi. What's up, man? Ja, scheiße, was ist das denn? Das ist echt merkwürdig. Na, we already have so many burns. Wahrscheinlich schon so. Ach, weiß ich jetzt auch nicht. Keine Ahnung, I don't know. Ja, geil. So entschlossen. Okay, der Schwachsinn ist gerade ein bisschen weniger Schwachsinn. Okay, cool. Oh, Sever Soul, look at this. The thing is, we have a lot of burns. Hey, the Sever Soul, guys. I mean, do you remember when like people were trash talking the Sever Soul? Yeah. That's right. Okay. Oh, Calipers. Okay, that's sick. Ja, sick. Was? Calipers? Ja, okay, sick. Was ist jetzt hier? Okay, we didn't even lose life. Okay, that's pretty cool. Ja, Sever Soul, Mann. Ja, der Sever Soul hat aber schon ein paar Mal, ne? Der Sever Soul hat aber schon ein paar Mal gedingst, ne? Schon very often, ne? Fear Potion? Fire Potion? We want Fire Potion because of the Snake Lady, right? And then there's... Fear Potion is better than Blood Potion because drop kicks, no? Or is it 13 HP? Hey, we only have 65, no? But drop kick Fear Potion. And if you have drop kick, this might also give us something. Oh my god, this is also so good. Oh. Shockwave is nice. Yeah, Shockwave is pretty sick with double dropkick, right? Also with Artifact Strip, also after Corruption, also after Dark Embrace Exhaust. It should be better than Power Through. Pretty certain about that. And then there is Fear Potion. Fear Potion over Blood Potion. Blood Potion is 13 HP one time. Fear Potion can give us 1, sometimes 2 cards. Maybe that's okay. I don't know. Maybe that might be better than Blood Potion. I really don't know. It looks difficult. It seems that both are not very good, but maybe Fear Potion can give us better utility than Blood Potion. The Blood Potion doesn't really... I mean, I don't know. Honestly, it's tough. This we can always drink after fight though. So maybe that's just better. Yeah. Yeah, maybe that's better. I mean, what does the Vulnerable really do for us? Not much. With the Shockwave, definitely not, right? So probably not. Yeah. Let's keep it. So what was this with the Elite? We already saw Madnesses, which suck. And Elite is basically Insected. And some people were saying something about Snake Lady and that she could suddenly kill us. Is that true? Now, Fire Potion says no. Blood Potion also says no. And we can also really kill one early. And Snake Lady itself and the daggers themselves don't have that much HP because we do have the Insect. And also wounds are not that important and we can usually block in. Is there some way to lose? Yeah, it's not really, right? Also given that she is small and the dudes are also small. Oh, we also have Letter Opener for AoE as well. Yeah. That's true as well. We also have Calipers if we overblock turn 1. Weakness turn 1. I don't even know. I mean, if you draw block, we block. If you draw attack, we also kill. Yeah. Yes. I mean, maybe it's not bad because we can remove a strike, whatever. Hmm. What, the eye? Hmm. The eye is pretty good, right? The eye is pretty good because we have manipulation, manipulation, manipulation. Yeah, it's pretty good. Manipulation, manipulation. Yeah. Remove strike, no? Or we want to save for the shop afterwards. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, if this elite is Snake Lady, the strike is not even complete trash, right? The strike being on 10 can deal with one or the other dagger sometimes. Probably that's okay to wait. On the other hand, yeah, R2 removes not like, yeah, okay, oh yeah, we only have one remove. Yeah, it also doesn't need to be the Snake Lady. I mean, there's also a world where it's not the Snake Lady. Just saying. Um, there is a world, but not this one. Yeah, we have Frozen Eye, right? There's some Dark Embrace coming, showing up at some point. Interesting. Block, Gun Boss. Ein Strike, Headbutt, Disarm. Also True Grit or Fiend Fire jetzt kann man auch machen. Ja, Fiend Fire ist wahrscheinlich besser. Fiend Fire draw these 2 block or something. But then True Grit goes away. Or with True Grit, then evolve with the wound is better. So take the Dexterity. Yeah, Dexterity is also pretty sick, right? And then we draw here and then we have actually Bash into Headbutt. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, can do. So 11 kill. Yeah, why not, right? What is here? Defend, battle, defend, barricade. Oh. Bash headbutt something or what? Bash headbutt drop kick oder was? Yeah. Bash headbutt kill schon. Bash headbutt what? Nee. Bash headbutt strike or what? Then we kill one. Disarm. We want headbutt disarm, I don't know. Block, strike, disarm. Bash. Strike, headbutt. Yeah, I don't know. Everything works. I don't have a clear preference. Really whatever. I mean, now we take 3, but then it's full heal. So this just wins, right? Yeah, okay. No, I don't think this arm was needed. What is it now? If we play this, we can play drop kick, but also corruption for the barricade. We can set down barricade. Is this or what? Oh. Battle things? Yeah. Good. Blue red. Bam bam. Oh, memory. Ah. Armament plus. Also Armament Plus is pretty sick, right? I mean, pretty sick doesn't mean it's so. Yeah, I know. It's so. Seems sketchy. Is it really that bad? But yeah, it's probably not so good. Simply because of the infinite at the end, right? Skills are just wearing completely off because we just always have infinite at the end. Unless it's time meter or what. It's not even time meter. So yeah, we want stuff that does something when we draw it. The damage, the upgrades on this is irrelevant. The upgrades on this is also not very relevant. I don't know, sometimes, but yeah, not really. Upgrade on this is also irrelevant. Upgrade on this is irrelevant. If you go infinite, upgrade on this is irrelevant, yeah. Yeah, it does make sense. Even upgrade on the shockwave is not relevant because the initial thing is like the important one, not the after one. We just want stuff which does something when we want our powers, we don't want anything else. Yeah, remove strike now halt. Continue the journey. Paying money for anything is weird. Panache. Yeah, nee. Definitely not. It's funny how little. It's funny how little. Wie sagt man? How little life we have, honestly. Really. So little life. Speed potion. Speed potion over fire. If this is a snake lady is still something, right? Yeah. Another barricade. Yeah, barricade is somehow really weird now because we already have Calipers 2. Because before we dropped speed potion in favor of fire, yeah, but before we could also still face the snake lady, and not now. Please take a look at the game state we are in always. Before we also didn't have frozen eye, so having a bad turn against snake lady was much more likely than it is now. It's a difference whether you are on floor 42 or on floor 38. So, this speed potion. Okay. The fire potion is only better against the snake lady. Against anything else, the dexterity potion is better because it hatches the bad throws better. So, and even against the snake lady, this is 15, this is 25, you know. So, I think there's a good reasoning for the speed potion. Yeah, but I don't know. Snake lady, we also don't need. Yeah, doch, there. Now that we went here, we actually have to take care for the speed lady. Snake lady. Yeah. Need to start thinking about Act 4 elites. Yeah, but fire potion doesn't help there always. Remember to take the keys. Yeah. Here, yeah. We'll get there. That's why, yeah, the speed potion helps more. Yeah, but the blood potion is, I mean, fire potion is so dead later, right? It's just so dead, unless it's Snake Lady, and even against Snake Lady, it's really, Snake Lady ist, komm. Ja, ich meine, da müssen wir auch mal ein bisschen realistisch bleiben hier. Ich meine, so, it's exactly Snake Lady, ja, also ich meine, das muss man echt mal ein bisschen realistisch betrachten. Okay, so, Oh. Echt? Oh ja, perfekt. Easy. Okay, like this oder was? Let's disarm better noch. Was haben wir jetzt hier? Phenopen and Dark Embrace already. Ja, okay, cool. Machen wir das doch so. Und hat er schon geschaffelt oder nicht? Did already shuffle or not? Ja, ja, klar. Okay, yeah, whatever, right? Just go anyways. Yeah. Was ist das jetzt hier? Sever Soul. Yeah, whatever. I have to say, with the dropkick thing, it's definitely making our life easier, right? I mean, otherwise, I mean, we would probably still get there, but way more difficult. I think the dropkick was a very phenomenal choice, you know? We had this choice of the dropkick or not, right? If you remember. And really pays off. Really nice to have that. Nunchuck. Yeah, good, whatever. Evolve should be positive, oder? What? AI is just too predictable. Yeah, that's the beauty of it. And you still do not win your games. But yeah, what? Not Pommel? Why? Why Pommel? I don't understand. Why not Evolve? What's the problem with Evolve? Evolve is basically coming down for free. And as soon as it draws you 2 cards, it's already positive. You think it draws you 2 cards? The only argument against it is that the other evolve, if the other evolve comes down, every card we draw whenever it's a status effect, drawing 2 cards, 3 cards is not more than 2 in that regard. So that's the only downside. You could argue that Pommel Strike deals damage. Yeah, I don't know. Does seem better, it can progress at that hand. Yeah, it also seems better because it can be used with Frozen Eye, right? It can be used with Frozen Eye, and last but not least, it can also check the Snake Lady too. I'm thinking that we should go Fire maybe, so that we have a guaranteed heal. Maybe that's stupid. Probably that doesn't make sense. Because of this is 222 gold is better than Fire or something like this. And because we should not lose life here, right? And even if we do, the rest is 20. Maybe this is just safer. 222 gold. Yeah, you like the Pommel more, yeah, probably. Because we already have also so much energy, right? Turn 1 we are setting at 5 energy. And if we are sitting at 5 energy, Pommel Plus is also better. Yeah. Also with the Abacus, right? Even if you get... Yeah. Yeah, it's probably better. It's just also because of the Frozen Eye. This can just manipulate another card which can manipulate the deck. Which is... Yeah. It also progresses us faster, right? The Pommel Strike Plus. Yeah. I think that's fair. So, what was here? How do we lose? Yeah, not probably... Probably not. I don't know. What is the question mark? We said Mind Bloom for more Relic. Click, clack, clack. I mean, we are forced to take the key. That's why I'm wondering whether we want to make sure that even if we lose life, we can still go into this fight with full HP. I'm just curious whether we are at risk, whether we are at any risk of, yeah, I mean, this can be gold, not that that's great. What are the other question marks? Yeah, there are some which will make us set up much faster though. Like there's this Tesseract thing, and with the Tesseract we also, there are some options which let us also set up faster. So that's probably okay to do this. Because there are also no enemies we are really afraid of, right? Yeah, we don the red mask, we get the gold. That's okay. Or even good. So this is 10. The big hit is way heavier, so maybe don't want that. Maybe it's just okay to take the 10 and take it from there. I mean, 10 is pretty good for us. I don't think we need to activate this too much because, I mean, in our current situation, there's also something about a reasoning that there's also a reasoning that we don't know what it will do, and if it curses us, then we need to do this as well. Yeah. And now, yeah, like this. Yeah, Pommel Strike is also not bad to increase our card a little bit. Yeah, so like this. This will take a while, right? God. What is that? Is it kill? Yeah, I can also kill this if you want. Yeah, 66. Also if I'm... We need to be very sure that this is lethal, because otherwise we exhaust our entire deck. There's Evolve Plus now. Ah, yeah. Oh, it's so good. Oh, copy I have. What? Banana. Yeah. Also this Soul Evolve is certainly better. When you exhaust all cards here, then you're just like that. 4 upgraded cards, that's pretty crazy. Now, Evolve has to be positive for sure. The giant head, it's not... this double evolve thing, right? Nah, yeah. Okay. Fiend fire on the bash. We talked about the snail so much that she got shy. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, maybe too much good stuff here going on. What was with the corruption? Corruption also wants to come down at some point, that's right. I get some Nunchaku too. Thread and needle, okay, fear potion. Not needed, right? Now, this would means faster setups. Power through is also pretty sick. Oh, money. What power through is good still? You mean with double evolve? Yeah, with double evolve power through is pretty sick. Do you know what's the most funniest thing? That the Sever Soul is getting rid of the status effects. That's currently our get rid of status effects. We don't have a second wind. It's Sever Soul which does that. Otherwise we would need for Fiend Fire. And we could not add too many status effects. Sever Soul is currently our solution for that. Pretty crazy. Hey Jan, danke für den Raid, man. Whoa, what Body Slam is just too good. Body Slam. Body Slam saves a lot of clicks. Yeah, but now that we have so many viewers, maybe we want to make these clicks. Maybe not. But yeah, no, Power Through is probably better. Power Through is wounds, is exhaust, is block, is everything, right? What do we need the Body Slam for? Is the Body Slam literally for something, for anything? Slam for the snail? No, don't need the snail for. Don't need anything for the snail. I'm wondering. Yeah, Body Slam is just another card which is not easy to exhaust, yeah. And once we have the block up, we are good anyways. Yeah, it's a bit more card, and that's pretty much also the gist of it. Ah, the blobs again. It's funny that the blobs are an easy enemy and also a difficult enemy at the same time. What I'm saying is the blobs, is it the only fight which is like both easy monster and also difficult monster? Maybe. So corruption. What am I even doing? The bash needs to be preserved. This needs to be preserved. This because of all these evolves. I can probably do this too because of letter opener. Bird? No. Or is it now Sever Soul? Sever Soul is the important key. Cool. Hey, AXDS, thanks very much for your sub, man. 2 years live coaching and I'm successfully now getting 5% win rate in this Spire. Let's try to top that up. Power potion. Entrench. Entrench. Upgraded. I don't know. We could take that. Might be better, yeah. Yeah, so many win conditions is crazy, right? Power potion is better than what? Blood potion is like, I don't know. Pact is just better? Nah, that's okay. Like Entrench we can set up also with this Frozen Eye. We are very good here. Power potion. Power potion is better than one of these for sure. I just wonder which one. Blood is meh, right? But blood is also an instant. Yeah, okay, come. Recall. Good. One of the ways to lose would be not to recall. Yeah. Yeah, there's Dark Embrace there. Barricade is also there, but we don't get there. Ja, also we get there with Shockwave if we do we want. Yeah, Shockwave Barricade is probably okay. And then just block. Yeah, that seems nice. This is 9. Oh, but also draws. Oh, there's Entrench. Maybe that's just better here. No. What 13 HP guarantee seems a little bit better than 10ish block. This. But that can be also better than 10 block. Like here, for example, would be way more than 10 block. This into Field of Game. And whatever block it is there. Yeah. This into. Oh, there's corruption coming now, right? Yeah, good up here. If it's more, it shouldn't matter. Interesting. Yeah, could be. I don't know. Haven't thought about it too much. So this into Evolve, into Battle Trend. We cannot do this first. Sever Soul or Fiend. Sever Soul is just like always kind of. We want to have the Sever Soul in the deck, right? It seems that Sever Soul is just something which seems to be nice. So Troubled Fiendfire Battle Trend or what? Okay. I mean, Sever Soul simply guarantees that we are definitely getting there. Like, no matter what. Right? And without Sever Soul, we would not have the guarantee that we definitely get there. So Sever Soul always exhausts anything but bash and drop kicks, right? Yeah, that's important. Because we need bash and drop kicks for the infinite. Cool. What Monka is gonna be close? This? No. Yeah, I mean, we could have also taken the body slam, but we also want to win our games, right? It's about win rate, so whatever. Okay, so the Bird of Evil. Against the Bird of Evil. Yeah, Infinite also works against the Bird of Evil. Do we have any risk of ruin? Probably not. Yeah, so we just execute what we have. Yeah. It's faster than Watcher Infinite. Yeah, it's quite faster than Watcher Infinite. Yeah. Oh, Feel No Pain, this can go into Feel No Pain. Okay. How fast do we set up the Infinite? Can we just not do the little birds? You mean we can keep them alive? Do I already have Dark Embrace? No, right? Maybe keeping the birds alive is probably pretty stupid then. Actually, it's pretty stupid. Let's not do that. Ah. That was probably already stupid to attack this guy one time. So, also Dark Embrace is needed. Evolve 1 is also needed. Is Evolve 1 needed? Certainly. Then Severed Soul is always needed anyways. We already discussed that to length. And Barricade is not really needed, but we could play it anyways. And there's Entrench. We have the Entrench exactly one time, which is fine anyways. And then there's this into double evolve. We don't really want that, but who cares about it, right? Yeah, let's take care of this bird, whatever. And then we can Fiendfire these three. Is it something? Yeah, because Sever Soul exhausts Diets, and then we have like Infinite. Yeah, okay, then we could actually also do this. Then it's whatever. Okay, cool. And I can also not mess it up, which is also pretty cool. Yeah, Sever Soul is also kind of an don't mess up protection. Pretty cool. It's the second run in a row where these birds, we don't touch these birds. I mean, in this case, we touched them, but we let them alive. The birds are okay, exactly. Yeah, we are very ethical here. That's what I'm pointing out. Yeah. Just shake them up a little bit. We let them off with a warning. Exactly. Oh. Cool. And we also have a lot of money into the last shop currently. 5 hours later. Yeah, just wait until we find the heart. Oh yeah. Yeah, shrug it off. No. Comes upgraded. Puzzle is sick. Well, some that are pretty good here. Yeah, What do you do, like the puzzle? Yeah, let's buy the puzzle. Yeah, the frog is nonsense. There's Gambler's Brew with the frozen eye. That definitely has to be better than speed or power potion. Then we are sitting at remove. There's also cauldron, but yeah, whatever. Shockwave. Yeah, shockwave. I don't know. Yeah, shockwave is okay. Remove is okay. Evolve is okay. Remove is probably the best. What do we remove though? Remove headbutt. Interesting. But yeah, probably. Remove barricade? No, definitely not. And now can we purchase both? Not. So Shockwave. I don't know. Shockwave is okay. Evolve is okay. I think in our case it really doesn't matter. We even have the preserved insect here. Pretty sick. So our next hand is something with battle trance. Yeah, I like that. So what's the idea currently? Naja, we can just play hand and we should do so. There's also no alternative as long as we want to play hand. Power Potion is an option, but again the next hand is basically full block. This will be 40 and power through Evolve, Battle Trance, Bash, Dropkick, Dark Embrace. We are looking at full bot trying to get Puzzle. Yeah, can probably do that. Yeah, it's okay, can probably do that. Or is it automatic that we get Puzzle now? 21, yeah, perfect. Oh. Actually not perfect, never mind. But it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. So, yeah, so basically, what was that? Battle Trance. Or does it matter? Actually, it does matter. Does it matter how much? Yeah, minimally. Yeah. Hey Merl, thanks so much for your raid, man. What cannot brew for 20? Brew for 20. Yeah, the thing is we heal 12, right? So, I don't know. It's also not 20, it's way less than 20. It's exactly 12 and we heal for 12. So that's really whatever. And that we get the puzzle now, it actually is completely irrelevant, really. Severso, right? Just rinse and repeat. Severso leaves Bash. And then we have combo again, right? Like... The Abacus, of course. Hey, the real Silvos. Thanks very much for a sub, man. I definitely need more vulnerable. Did somebody say that we need vulnerable or what? Okay, so we heal full, we kept both our potions. Yeah. Pretty good. 8 and now we can kill with this. Can we kill with this? Yeah, right. Yeah, just making double checking because we just die if this does not kill. Ashes. Interesting. Yeah. Because I said we want to keep the... yeah, okay, the bash. That's right. Yeah, it's a barricade halt, oder? If barricade is not on the bottom or barricade comes up, same. Inflame saves us time and barricade. Do we get there to the barricade? No, we don't get there. I just take it, yeah? Yeah, unless we actually have gamblers. Hey, what am I even doing? Okay, so... And we should actually do this for 3 damage first. Yeah, putting that aside. Okay, so this. Then we get puzzle. Then we should take all the damage first before we do anything. So kind of shrug it off later. Or the latest. But battle trance, shrug it off. Gets us to bash. Okay, so shrug. Okay, but we don't want... We want actually to do this. Then evolve. Disarm. Yeah. Yeah, we check for corruption and other powers. Where are they? He has feel no pain, he has corruption. I guess we can always do that, there's no downside, right? Now we got Dark Embraced. There is Bash into Dropkick if you want that. We could also do some potion, I don't know. Yeah, this also gives us energy. Cannot be too bad. There's Feel No Pain. Then Feel No Pain we have with Fiendfire, but we can also do this first. Then Fiendfire means... Okay, maybe we want to play Promptner. Yeah, the Sever Soul. Yeah, right. So, what? And then there's something. I mean, we could also just like duplicate always our block forever. I mean, that's the other thing, but I'm currently having a little bit hard time to wrap my mind around. So we have Dark Embrace, we have also blocks. We could also just. Also, Sever Soul is also possible. If we play Sever Soul, we basically go direct into Corruption, then we just also are fine, yeah. Yeah, basically this. We said that Sever Soul is always fine, right? Like Sever Soul, the Gambler's Potion, yeah or not? Like, who cares about that? So, Corruption. Then kind of skims through or whatever. Void! Not a problem. Not a problem, that Void. So, yeah, what was that? Yeah, nothing, right? We just do what we always do. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. So there's this. But we can just Sever Soul all the crap. So kind of this, into Sever Soul, right? Maybe this too, but then we could have already Sever Soul that, but whatever. So here's some Sever Soul, right? After Entrench, probably. And then Sever Soul. Sever Soul is always safe, right? We discussed that at length. I mean, you remember when people were trash talking the Sever Soul? And that the Sever Soul was literally our best card in this run, just saying. And I'm not even making that up. Pretty good. What? Why we always get Corruption every run? Yeah, we don't die in Act 1, so we have more rolls for it. Not even kidding, right? Pretty funny. We also decided for the second dropkick at some point. Turns out that it was correct to do that. Yeah. You would put a vote in for Dark Embrace? What do you mean Dark Embrace? Oh, you mean for the best card? That Dark Embrace was the best card? I don't know. But definitely not the second one, right? But the double dropkick... The double dropkick was... you know that we were really wondering whether we should pick the second dropkick. And it turned out to be such a good decision. Okay, we also built around the double dropkick then, that's clear. But after having seen the abacus, it was probably exactly the spot where we should just go directly double dropkick. Yeah? And we did. We bought the abacus and went into double dropkick. And I think there were a lot of fights where this really trivialized, which would have not been trivialized otherwise. Otherwise, we probably would have needed. Probably would have needed body slam. Not like that we talked about the Sever Soul. We didn't talk about the Sever Soul, but we definitely there were definitely some people trash talking the Sever Soul. Not to misplay Fiend Fire here. Yeah, that's right. What somebody wanted to remove the Sever Soul over the strike, right? Yeah, that would have been pretty criminal, I have to say. That would have been really, really criminal. Huh? Not really, right? This is 96, can it be? Oh, everything is gone. Yeah, it would be really sad. Yeah, no. I played. No. Like, this is... no bullshit here, no bullshit. There's also not like a hidden... Oh, actually, no, it would have been lethal with the Sharon Ashes. Better safe than sorry, guys. No bullshit here. Okay. GG, very nice. Black Blood. We picked Black Blood. That's right, for 100% win rate on Black Blood. Now that you say it. Okay, so let me check. I just need to update this. Score? Yeah! It was the first and probably the only run ever where we will pick Black Blood. That is absolutely correct. Was ist denn irgendwo bearbeiten? Here we go. 54 jetzt, ja? 54. 11, sehr schön. Sehr schön. Yeah, pretty good, right? Yeah. And Black Blood over, ja, was war das? Ja, hier Busted Crown. Over Busted Crown and a very bad Pandora's Box. Okay, oh, nobody to raid. Niemand online, oder was? Okay. Na gut, guys. Yeah, what was wrong with the Pandora's Box? Yeah, there were some reasons for that. You can watch it back. What? Albino Bebo? Ja gut, gib ihm eine Raid. Klar, kann man schon mal machen. Oh yeah, alright guys. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. That was an amazing run. I really loved that run. Yeah, score currently, what, 65 runs, 83%? Ja, that will not. What, Solo-Gesang ist auch online, oder was? Ach, können wir Solo-Gesang raiden, oder was? Ja, mache ich dann. Das mache ich sofort, ja klar. Warum denn nicht? Warum nicht Solo raiden? Nee, hier, was ist jetzt hier los? Ja, klar, super. Yeah, pretty sick. Super sick, ja. Also, but this will definitely go down, yeah. Like always, yeah, there are people who think like if they have like some win streak or some very high score that they didn't high roll and think they are the god of the goddess, like the master of disasters, the infinite sickos. But we are not like this. We know if you high roll, we high roll. and the high roll all the time. Guys, thanks so much for watching, and take care. See you tomorrow.